So we are live from Crusaders headquarters. I am King Nico, and if you are watching and listening to this stream, you are the resistance. So welcome to a late night show here on the East Coast, everyone. We are revisiting yet again and treading carefully through it, the Transpocalypse. We're going to be joined by a fellow transvestigator, Marisa Pinkarisa is here. So I'm just going to quickly run over a few things quickly before we bring her on. So this has been going on a long time, trying to safely, without getting in trouble and strikes and censorship, by talking about this subject. So I already had Facebooks and Instagrams deleted because of it. So his thing's been posted from 2019. I was able to keep. I've been one of the main players here in Canada, exposing the drag movement and how the drag queens have been targeting the youth and the children and pretty much conditioning them into their cult. I got reports of hate spread on me. Unbelievable stuff that's happening. They say that I'm fixated on gematria. I believe God once cleansed the world, a flat earth, of trans people with a great flood. I also accuse Catholics of being PDF files because the LGBT community always scream at me and say, "Oh, go attack your own people. Go look at the church." And I'm like, "Yeah, they're disgusting too. You don't associate myself with the church." Stories here saying that I make posters claiming the Queens and even the Pride flag are equivalent to the number 666. The number of the devil in Christian mythology. So look, that's how they refer to Bible scripture and media, as mythology. Gematria, here's one of the posters that they are speaking of. So the pride flag does equal 666. Drag queens, image of Satan, and gay pride flag. And that's gonna be it. So let's welcome everyone. Miss Marissa, good to see you. Good evening. I don't have you muted. Sorry. There we go.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Marisa Pinkarisa, coming to you with my knowledge guns. Pow! Let's go.
Wow. So how Transpocalypse, when did you find out about Transpocalypse? How did you get into transvestigating and just realizing what I realize here, that it's absolutely all of them, and only a very few amount of people can see and understand this. So let us know how it happened for you, Marissa.
Okay. Well, as many people maybe that might be here from my channels and from my Instagram and seeing my other shows that I've done before, I won't go too deep. We'll just touch a little bit today. So I became an independent journalist in 2020 with everything that was going on. I was an activist. I started collecting files and information and trying to get the word out there. I had gained quite a big following on YouTube with some videos that went viral. And then they deplatformed me. So I started my Telegram channel. And so my first channel is about convid and, other things to relate to that. And throughout being in service to others, doing that, I was given the gift of being able to discern a man from a woman. I think I had already kind of known because my background is I'm an esthetician. And so I'm familiar with a skill called face mapping, and that's dividing the face into quadrants to obtain symmetry for waxing and dyeing your brows and lash, all that good stuff. So I learned that men are more symmetrical than women. Women, they always tell us your brows are sisters and not twins, and things like that. And so I started to it was actually a channel on YouTube called The Shills Have Lies, if anybody knows what that is. And I used to watch that. And the skeleton doesn't ever lie. I used to watch that channel, and it was deep in some comments that actually explained a tool called ear biometrics. And we'll get into that in a few. But it's that art of measuring the ears in comparison to the eyes and the eyebrows that helps you determine gender. And then I started studying celebs. and I would just sit for hours and hours and hours on my iPad and my phone. And at first I just did it on Snapchat, and I would measure the ears, and I would be like, guys, these ears are way too tall. And then another thing that helped me along the way was Dua Lipa's song, like, did a full 180, baby, met her on the other side. And I'm like, why does this person keep saying that? And then the downloads just started coming. I threw out my TV. Their spells wore off. These people are master magicians and spellcasters. So I think that is a big reason why some people are having such a hard time seeing what we see, because their spells just aren't working on us anymore. So that's a little bit about my background and where I came from, and I hope that people know at the end of the day, we're not doing this for clout. We don't get paid for this. We don't win awards. It doesn't make people like us. So you have to think to yourself, why are we doing it? We're not doing it, to hurt anybody directly. Okay. These people have been lying to us for a very long time. And it's time for it to stop. These people don't like us. They don't like you. They don't like me. They probably don't even like themselves.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah.
So yeah, I do it for a lot of reasons. We went over that before. We can definitely get into that again, but I just want to say, first of all, I have a note here. Shout out to all the greats like you. Thanks for Transpocalypse and all you do, all your great work. I found you with the final experiment. Uncovering and speaking of that, I just want to tell you that guy is going to be on the missing link, I think Wednesday, maybe it's tomorrow. I'll send it to you, but I need you to get in those comments.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
And then also these people, everybody calls them elite, but they're not elite. They're initiated and elect. That's it. They've been initiated in the club. They do weird rituals. Probably half of them are MK Ultra SRA victims themselves. And you don't get to the top. You don't get anywhere in life unless you're in this club. They don't let good people be famous. They don't let good looking people be famous. You have to be a POS. So they
wait,
all are.
Marissa, what is this club? Because I've been trying to teach and make people aware of how it works, because their perception of what an invert is, of what a satanic worshiper is completely different and thwarted, right? They got to understand. Well, you can tell me what you think, because how and what is this club and how is it work for them?
Well, the first thing that I began to understand, and I don't know exactly how I came about the information, but I call it the 20 million club. And what I believe is that they give these people, whether they're their own children or children they have been given to them, they give them $20 million. The child gets a chance at fame, gets a place on the world stage. And then when we believe that they are the gender as they present, they're awarded with fame, money, hormones, more acting roles, more celeb status, Vogue magazine covers, different things like that. So
wait, slow it down quickly, because so how do these people get chosen? So what are they? Is it the Masonic lodges? Is it Freemasonry? Is it witch covens and stuff like that? Is it the Satanic Temple? Like, what are the main entities that are harvesting these families that are into this satanic worship, that are willing to sacrifice their children to this cult?
I think it has to do with, I think all of the above, but I think it's mostly out of the Masonic lodges.
Yeah.
And then they keep people, in check. They take out certain people, they take out their children, or we think that they're taken out. And they keep them in check that way. And they also probably threaten them by saying they're going to just clone them, kind of situation. Like, you're going to go along with this. We're going to give you a bunch of money. Or
yeah, it definitely, with my understanding, it is stemming from within the Masonic lodges. Like, they're everywhere. There's one in your city, there's one down the road, like 3-4 down the road there. One of them was like a bloody castle from the friggin' the dark ages, right? So it's like things are going on in there. I've heard the stories, I've researched it. We know they take oaths, we know they're sworn to secrecy, we know that they renounce Jesus and put him, like they denounce him to make him on their level or even lower. They just refer to him as just a Mason also, not the Son of God. And then we know that later on with their degrees that they learned that who they serve and who they worship is Lucifer, their light, their morning star. And I'm aware of homosexuality in the lodge. Some of the rituals consist of gay orgies and stuff, which help tighten the brotherhood, which is why they all start looking alike and acting alike and being very wishy-washy and effeminate.
You know, I feel sad for these people because I feel like a lot of them are trapped, you know, like they have to make that choice kind of thing. But, you know, I'm sorry, but if you purposely invert your child, you make a boy a girl or a girl a boy, you're a piece of crap. So
do you feel like some of them are cursed generationally? Some of the more famous ones are genetically part of the bloodline of Ham, who was pretty much the one that became the first Sodomite after the fact of the Great Flood.
I mean, I don't know if they are or not, but they're probably told they are, you know. Who knows really what they believe? They'll never tell us the truth.
No, that's great. Yeah. So yeah, so what else can we go through? So we know it's all of Hollywood. We know it's the movies. We know it's the music industry. We know it's sports now. We know it's the royal families. We know it's politics, the presidents, the first ladies of the White House. So every single first lady of the White House was an invert, which means that the person that they're married to was inverted too. So everything. So I believe that's going to be part of your presentation, and we can bring that up also later on. So yeah, you can take the floor and give us everything that you're willing to share right now.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks. So I always tell people that if you find one invert, you're going to find the rest of them because they love to date each other. And then the other thing that I think is very bizarre, because my background is I'm an esthetician and a makeup artist. So I've been in the industry, and I can't imagine how many NDAs are signed. You know, these surgeons have NDAs, the makeup artists have NDAs. They all have stylists and wardrobe people dressing them and undressing them. And how many people are going along with this lie? It's crazy to me. I mean, honestly, if I had like straight up proof for myself, if I was like a stylist and I saw someone's package, like you could never shut me up. I don't care what I signed. It would be everywhere.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I'm going to teach you guys a few tools really fast. I know that Nico has gone over a lot of these things, but I'm going to share with you guys my tools. And then we can add to that for more. And then we'll start a bit of a presentation that I have that I'm going to build my case. Because that's the way that I like to present it. I don't expect everybody to believe everything that I'm saying. I just want you to keep an open mind and look for yourself. Go look for yourself, you know. So like I mentioned, the first thing that I learned was ear biometrics. Let me see where my ruler is at. Oh, here's my ruler. Was ear biometrics. And like I said, it's the relation of the ears in comparison to the brows, and your eyes. And so I'm just going to show you really fast on myself. So I'm a female. Okay. I'm not going to show you my privates to prove it. Okay. I have my ultrasounds on my Instagram, the real Pinkarisa too. If you add me on Instagram, I'll share my Telegram channel with you too. If you're interested in following that, has all my files of work since 2021. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the tip of your ear and you're going to match it to the tip of your other ear and draw a straight line. And where that line lies will typically show you gender. There are some exceptions. I'll go over that in a second. So the tip of this ear, here's a bendy ruler that I have. It goes through the other tip of this ear. Where's the top of that ruler? It's going to be at the top of my eyes where my top lash line is. It's going to be right here. For men, the line that's going to be formed from ear tip to ear tip is going to be under the brows, at the brows, or above the brows. So my disclaimer is, and I looked at thousands and thousands of ears before I even taught anybody about this, because I wanted to make sure that I was right, because if I was wrong, I would have I would have, I would have just been very embarrassed, so I definitely looked at thousands and thousands of ears before I began to share. And what I did notice in studying people and their ears was that Black and Asian men seem to typically have lower ears, but Black and Asian women should not have tall ears. Like we just discussed, the ears will be under, at, or above the brow. So that's one of the things that I teach people. I also teach people about the symmetry. Men are going to be far symmetrical than women. So both sides of their face will match, their brows will match. I learned about hormone abuse and what that causes. So I want you guys to think of Paris Hilton and how Paris Hilton has that one eye that's like off, like it looks like it's looking somewhere else. I call those wonky eyes, and I have determined that that's from hormone abuse. Typically, a clavicle on a female is going to be in a V. It's going to dip like this. Typically, on a male, it does go straight across. Now, there are exceptions. Like I said, that's why I say typically. I know a guy that has a V-shaped clavicle, and it's a man. So it's typical, not always. I think you had one about the navel and the hips and where that should be for a man versus a woman. Right?
Yeah, correct. So the navel, so the hips on a man would be below the navel. So if you draw from the edges of the male hip line to the navel, it should be a drawn up triangle. But then on a female, the hips are above the navel, and you'll be able to catch that. And then you'd have to draw the reverse triangle.
I would say that's accurate. I'm just looking at my hips. And then the other thing is, you'll see a lot of these celebrities, they have no hips. Okay. When I was pregnant, he knew I was pregnant right away. It was only a couple of weeks in because my hips spread. And so those are childbearing hips. So, you can't have a baby if you don't have hips. You'll also notice that a lot of these celebrities, like we were just talking about before we went live, that they go back to pre-pregnancy size, like right away. They're doing photo shoots when they're pregnant. Okay. I'm telling you, I've been pregnant 2 times, and yep, there you go. You feel like that. Come on. Like, there's no, I get that you can have like airbrushing and things like that, but that big of a tummy on that small of a person, and they have no stretch marks, like
Zero.
not buying it. Not buying it.
Here. So look how big this person was. So obviously that's a moon bump.
I think it looks like they have a fake bodysuit on too.
All of that. And you can see
like a whole bodysuit.
And women, when pregnant, especially that big, would develop more subcutaneous fat levels.
Yeah,
and
you're
in
going
the
to get a big
face, in
jaw,
the neck.
arms.
These celebs don't have that, and they don't have the stretch mark. It doesn't add up.
Not at all. And, I get that there's going to be people out there that's like, I had 4 kids and I didn't even get 1 stretch mark. Good for you. Okay. We're talking about typically not the exceptions. My kids are 18 and 20, and I'm still working off baby fat. So I'm just an average person. I'm an average person out there. I've been in the gym since 2015, and I don't know if I'll ever work off this baby fat and get back to my, pre-pregnancy body or anything like that. And you know what? I don't care. I'm proud of my stretch marks. I'm proud of the 2 children that I made in my body. And that brings me to another point where I said earlier that, we've all had our turn to be dragged, just like you showed. You got dragged. I've been dragged too. People are like, oh, you're probably a man. Well, first of all, I'm not. Second of all, I'm not showing in my privates. Third of all, I just went live on see. That's ridiculous. I'm going to have my boy Cable do it again. I'm going to have him redo it and tell me what he thinks. Because, I wouldn't say that the triangle is the most accurate tool, because there's a lot of room for error in it. But I do have my boy Cable do the skull checks for me just to put that nice bow on top of my information. So when I was dragged, I just went live on Instagram, and I'm like, look at, you know what? I have my baby books from both of my pregnancies. There you go. I love it. Both my baby books for my pregnancies, where I kept everything. I have my ultrasounds. I have my doctor's visits. I have it all like logged. Like, I had this kind of craving. I felt like this day. So I just busted out my baby books with my ultrasounds, with my babies in my belly, with my name on it. You can't say anything. You can't say anything. Maybe you could fake an ultrasound, but then I want to get to the point. Where's these celebrities' ultrasounds? Don't you think they would be so happy that they just want to share that ultrasound all over the place? All these celebs, they want so much attention. Why wouldn't they do that? They're not showing those souped up ultrasounds that you can get. That's like the video of the baby that costs more. Like, where is that? I did my daughter on that souped up ultrasound. I have the whole video. Like, they don't share their ultrasound. So this is crazy. This is crazy. And at the end of the day, a lot of people are right. This is speculation. However, we have done enough investigation and learned skeletal markers and gender markers. And then I learned a few months ago about gaits, and then the way people walk, and the way that a man walks down a stairs or just walks in general compared to a female. And that makes it easier too. So, if you can learn any or all of these things, it's going to benefit you. I'm not of the belief that you need 20 or 30 gender markers. I don't have time for that. I don't really care about these people that much to like be looking at them that long and trying to determine 20 or 30 things. At the end of the day, I've said before, and it's kind of joking, but it's kind of not. Let's all just drop our pants. Let's all drop our pants. Let's see what's going on there. But
just solve a lot of issues or not, or just create some new ones.
Probably right. There you go. They probably have bodysuits anyways. But who can tell skeletons? An X-ray technician. An X-ray. Everybody could just take an X-ray, and we could have an X-ray technician tell us if it's a man or a woman, because when they dig you up, they can tell if you are a male or female by what? Your skeleton and your bones, because there's a man and there's a woman, and that's it. And a man cannot be a woman, and a woman cannot be a man. You're just pretending and playing dress up. I don't care how much you feel like the opposite gender. And, I get that there's lighter cases. I know there's a lot of gender confusion because of that they give babies and everything like that. And, and all the things in our environment. And, I get it. And I have a lot of empathy for people that are confused. It doesn't really affect me in my life that I don't know a lot of these people, and I don't necessarily associate with them. They're not my friends, but, at the end of the day, I feel bad that these celebrities, like, I don't feel bad for them, but I feel bad that they're in a position where they're kind of trapped. They're kind of owned. I feel like, we know a lot of these people that have come back out, like recently, Ariana Grande. What is that thing? What is that thing that they're parading in front of us saying that that's Ariana Grande? Like, they look creepy AF.
Yeah.
And I believe that I've learned the way to tell clones, maybe not all of them, but some of them. It seems to me, like I said, I study ears a lot. So it seems to me that these clones, when they've been replaced, where their ear attaches, it doesn't attach properly. It's going to have this weird triangle divot in it that makes their ear like look like this kind of thing. And then they'll try to like hide it with big earrings or just earrings that cover it up. And that makes me bring up another point. You're going to notice with a lot of these celebrities and stuff, they're going to wear a lot of pearls. They're going to wear a lot of big earrings. They're going to wear a lot of big jewelry. They're going to wear, outfits that they're going to, distract you from their features. So you guys will, when you're looking at celebrities, if you look at celebrities, I don't recommend you just go out and look like they're just gross people. And, I always tell people that defend celebrities, I'm like, they wouldn't pee on you if you were on fire, and you know it.
Yeah, they don't even know or care to know that you or I exist or anyone else. So it's just, and people still follow them and fall into it. Like, we got the Serena Williams here, who was in the news, I guess, for the Super Bowl, doing some weird stuff, and married to this dude named Alexis. So they have gender neutral names. So they always, there's the excessive amount of accessories. It's just, you can see that so basically, that's the FTM on the left. The husband was born a female and we should all know by now that the Williams brothers were born boys, and their father was a Freemason and sacrificed them up to the Masonic Lodge and this cult to become what they are now, right? So
Exactly. I had a comment on my Telegram the other day. I love my Telegram followers. Like, shout out to you guys and my Instagram followers. Anybody that I have that's into my information and shares what they know. It's like all these like nice little puzzle pieces, nice little mosaic coming together. But someone had commented the other day to watch the Williams sisters movie, I think, with Will Smith, and they actually like straight up expose it in there. They call them, TRANS.
yeah.
So, and I don't call these people TRANS because, they didn't feel like this. They didn't I don't think that they asked for this. Their parents did it to them deliberately. So I call them inverts.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of terms that feel like I've coined. Maybe I wasn't the first to say them, but I feel like I was, like gender bender.
Yeah, and that's why it's hard to see and spot these ones out, as opposed to the ones that we were used to seeing that we refer to as the TRA, that those ones. But these inverts, they're born into it. They're raised from birth the opposite gender. They go through puberty blockers. Well, they take puberty blockers to block their natural role in life of puberty and take the opposite hormones. And like, whether if you're a girl, they're taking T, and then they can grow a beard within a month, right? And get a deep voice. And if you're a boy, they're on estrogen, and it's insane how it works. And I see how they do it, and I know that nature comes back. So they block puberty, but I know it comes back in their early 20s when they've already an adult, just to say, well, we missed it, we need to do it. And that's why a lot of them suffer deaths and go crazy, because the body can't handle the hormone abuse. That's why so many stories in the media regarding celebrities that supposedly have the best lives all pass away young and have heart issues and drug issues. So very suspicious stuff that pretty much points to this cult and how they groom them into becoming these worshipped idols that just generate money and keep the people spellbound with these spells and rituals.
And that's exactly what it is. It's money for the machine. They know if they do that small investment of 20 million, which is probably nothing to them, that they're going to get back. Like, I don't even know, like, how much are these celebs worth? How much money do these celebs generate?
Yeah.
And then if something happens to the celeb, they can just replace them because they're still going to keep making money. So
they're so disposable. It's unbelievable. The house wins all the time, right? So
it really does. And so, I used to be I believed in Q a long time ago and things like that. However, everything that I've learned, and things that have happened over, the past several years, I hope that none of you guys believe in that. They're never going to give us Nacera. They're never going to give us med beds. They're not going to stop the things that they're spraying in the air. They're not going to tell us the truth. They aren't taking out these bad people and putting them in Gitmo and replacing them. The agenda will always march on. It will always continue on. I don't know what will stop it. Probably another reset kind of situation where we're going to have to rebuild from scratch again. Only a few people will survive. Who knows what they're going to do? But the situation is very grim. And, I like to say, Dane Wigington does his weekly shows on broadcast, and he says, the only way is for critical mass awareness. And this is another topic that we need, exactly, billions, that we need critical mass awareness on, because, attention, like, what is it? And attention goes where attention flows, or something like that. And the more like these celebs are paid attention to, like Dua Lipa, last time I checked, they have like 80 or 90 million followers. So that many people believe that that's a girl up there, performing. And albeit they are a great performer, a lot of their music is great, but you have to understand there's so much behind it that they're casting spells, and speaking of Dua Lipa, I want to mention why I believe that they use men for a lot of these roles as females, you know, and it works for them too because they're not chasing. Who's that?
That's a young Mariah Carey.
Yeah, Mariah Carey. I was almost going to say that after I asked that. Oh, there you go. It says Carey
You
on
could
the
see the little boy.
no shirt. Who would take a picture of their little girl like that? Like,
You
I
could
mean,
see the head. You can see the hair, the way it grows. I've always, that's one of my markers is hair. So when you're looking at a male, the hair grows different. So when they try to grow a boy's hair to be long like a girl, it's just so thick and over exaggerated. The real female would have soft, flowy hair. It's just different. They have a widow's peak. So it's easy. It's just unbelievable. So I always look back at pictures of these celebs when they were children, and you can see before hormones and puberty starts getting kicked in or blocked, you know, you can see the signs, especially before surgeries.
that's that's clearly a little boy, you know. I don't, and no wonder Mariah Carey is so like uncomfortable with themselves. You can tell a lot of these celebs are uncomfortable with themselves, but
Yeah.
I think they use men because. Say again.
Madonna, Britney, anyone that was titled a pop princess, they've all just been a total wreck. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable.
If they call them a girl, like if they have a song that says something about a girl, if they have a band name that's girl something or something to do with girls, they're boys, and vice versa. So I think that they use men because they can work them harder. They're going to be, you know, able to dance in heels for longer periods of time. Like I gave up high heels a long time ago. I'll wear them on occasion and my feet like kill me. I'm just like, no thanks. I don't need that. I'm good. They don't change sizes every 5 minutes. On any given day, I range from 160 to 180. You know, it has you know, I just change sizes all the time. Um, and so they can work them harder. They don't get periods. They're not going to bleed all over everything. They don't need those emotional days off. They're less moody, things like that. And then, you know, you can see that a lot of these females that are pretending to be men are a lot more like, I want to say, I don't want to say lazy, but it kind of is like they're a little more lazy. They're a little more slow. They're not as athletic or, you know, work necessarily as hard as a man that would be doing the same thing does. So, but yeah, it's crazy. I always encourage people to, you know, screenshot a picture of these people and then close up on their face because you're going to see it a lot easier once you close up on their face because you can see where they get the little lash lift or a little bit of filler right here or just a little bit of filler in their lips and they do a little something to their nose to appear to be that the opposite gender.
And that's why Hollywood changed now so drastically. I remember growing up in the 90s and seeing all these action hero movies, and men were the strong, dominant role, right? With the Arnold Schwarzeneggers or the Jean-Claude Van Damme's. And yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger is just a butch Austrian woman. I do know that now. It's unbelievable. But now, because they've mastered how to have women play the male role and dope them up on testosterone and just make them effeminate and pretty boyish, right? You just see it in all the movies now. I brought up this one earlier.
Oh yeah, that's
Where is it? It is the this was from King Kong. So who we have on the screen here is Millie Bobby Brown and a co-star there. So obviously Millie Bobby Brown is an MTF, male to female. You can see in this freeze frame here the energy. It's just very dark, very demonic, very dominant, very masculine.
Ooh, you froze.
I froze. I think it's you that's freezing. We have the effeminate character here, which is representing a male, but is actually an FTM, female to male, very submissive, very soft, very very. And then look what there is in the background here. We have what is a Baphomet cross, subtly hidden right in between them. You can see the symbolism there. the line going down with the 2 lines and then the infinity 8. I caught that right here, the line going down, the lines going across, and then right there. So very subtly hidden in plain sight.
And that's what they love to do. They love to hide it in plain sight, and they love to make us argue over this. Like, could you imagine how many of us would be getting along and, fighting back against the powers that be if we weren't so divided in all ways? And, this one is a big way. I still battle people's cognitive dissonance. I've had people try to fight me when I'm out. They're like, "No, Beyonce is not a man." And I'm just like, dude, why would you throw hands over?
Yeah.
Like, it's
People
crazy.
defend these celebs with their life, and not just teenagers. I'm talking like grown adults, 40 to 70. I'll tell them that this person is an invert. They're like, no, how dare you talk about this person? They believe that this person helped them and got them out of a struggle. That's like part of the spell to gain this worship and this idolatry for this Baphomet character, right? It's unbelievable.
I never had any celebrity do anything good for me. If anything, in my opinion, they've like shoved Cindy Crawford down my throat my whole life. They've shoved all these Playboy models down my throat my whole life, And it's just like, and I want people to know, you know what? You're enough as you are. You're perfect the way you are. If you want to go to the gym, if you need to get Botox or your eyebrows colored or, do some things to make you feel more comfortable in your skin, great. But you are perfect the way that you are, okay? And that's what these celebs do is, guess what? If they can make you feel like you're not perfect the way you are, what are you going to do? You're going to spend every ounce of energy and money that you make trying to be something other than what you are. So at the end of the day, that's one of the biggest reasons that I do this. I want to give women our power back that's been taken from us, because we're never going to look like Cindy Crawford, because they don't even look like that. All the clothes that you buy online and you get them and they don't fit you the same way they fit the models, it's not because you're not a model. It's because it's a fucking man. Okay? It's because they're men wearing these clothes. They don't have hips. They don't, have rolls. Like, they don't have fupas. Like, they don't even look like that. You know what I mean? And they've never helped me in any way. And I don't think they've ever helped you in any way. So, and they wouldn't. My mom died a few months ago. Did Biden call me and give me sympathy? Did Trump call me and give me sympathy? Nobody called me. No, none of these people called me and said, "Hi, Samantha. Thank you, honey. Much love to you." And said anything to me, so, and I'm not using that to like gain sympathy or anything like that. Like, I'm okay with, what's happened in my life, and, that my mom made her own choices as far as squirting herself with things. And everybody has their own choices to make in life. But I think that if you are awake and aware of different things that we've been lied to about, it's going to make it easier for you to just live your life and to just be, and to stop trying to be anything other than yourself.
Yeah, that's what I've come to realize, is that part of the mission for this cult and this invertness, and for them to all be put on a world stage, to have, so some of these Baphomets have been doing it for 40, 50 years. We still got Cher was parading around a new young man boyfriend the other day. And I'm just like, wow. So it's messing with the energy. So when they put these false idols on screen, whether it's posing as a woman or posing as a male, it has the masses lusting after someone that is of the opposite sex, right? So when you get men crushing and lusting over Scarlett Johansson or Jennifer Aniston or Megan Fox, they're actually crushing and lusting and after men, right? And women are looking to these guys like Brad Pitt or Johnny Depp, or these are women on testosterone posing as men that have gone through surgeries to remove female body. It's unbelievable. And then women, that's why, and then it messes with the psyche and the practice of male, and it just messes with masculinity and femininity in society, because women are looking for that feminine character in the Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp, in real men in society, and then it doesn't work out. And then men are looking for that masculinity of Scarlett Johansson, and they look at real women, and real women are not like that. And that's why men have now, the population of the LGBT has just amassed. I feel like a minority now, right? So I'm just saying.
I have to say, I miss the 80s and the 90s when we used to make fun of people, yeah. And I'm not saying that bullying is okay, but I remember, back in the 90s going to high school, and the girls that were gay, hid it because they would get made fun of if they didn't. And I'm not saying that I think that that's right either. I'm not saying that I think people that are, thank you, Carl, that are should feel bad, but I just, it's so much. And you're right. It's taking away our natural human attraction to each other. And can you think of how many, the whole point of life is to recreate. And it's not necessarily the battle of the fittest, but it is to recreate and have a family and procreation. That's the point of life. And if we're not attracted to what we are supposed to be attracted to, then, that's where you're going to get divorced. That's where you're going to get people that don't have children. That's where you're going to get gender confusion and guys with guys not being able to have babies, but then adopting, and, all those things that come along with it. And not to say that any of those things wouldn't happen naturally, but all this is so artificial and has been induced that it's insane to think that any of this could be natural, that any of this could be natural. It's sad. It's sad what they've taken away from us as women, who are the only vessels to fulfill soul contracts in this world. And not only that, these poor children, where are these kids coming from? We know men can't have children. So where did Megan Fox 3? Now they're supposedly pregnant again, doing photo shoots all over the place. Oh, look at me. I'm so hot with my big belly. I feel like being beautiful and doing a photo shoot. No, you don't. When you're pregnant, you feel like shit. Yeah. You feel swollen, even if it's not true and that's just how you think you look. You're not doing you might do one photo shoot. Okay. You might do one nice photo shoot and dress up and have your hair and makeup done and things like that. You're not doing multiple photo shoots. You're not going to award shows wearing high heels. Give me a break. When I say that, let's go back to the Super Bowl last year. Not the recent Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl before that. And I'll also bring up Beyonce's chair tips. So you had Rihanna visibly pregnant on a floating platform up in the air. And then you had Beyonce do a chair tip, 8 months pregnant, super duper pregnant. I don't know if it was a award show, maybe it was the Grammys or something. Super duper pregnant doing a chair tip. First of all, these performers are insured. Okay, they're insured for everything. They insure them for millions and millions of dollars. If anything happens to them, if a hair on their head is harmed, they're going to get their insurance and blah, blah, blah. Now, these venues have to insure the performers. Okay, it all has to pass the smell test. There is not a chance in hell that they are going to let a pregnant performer perform wearing heels, doing a chair tip, floating on a platform. Oh, right. Facts. Right. They made us all get out of our house and go work. Nobody wants to stay home and raise their family more. I'm so proud I got to raise my children. But these venues would never, ever, ever sign on that dotted line saying, yeah, it's going to be okay if Beyonce does a chair tip. Yeah, it's perfectly okay if Rihanna's floating on this platform. No, because at the end of the day, they know it. They know it. They know that these are men performers, and it goes back since forever. It goes back and back. As the oldest pictures you can find in black and white, you can tell that these royal people are men and these royal men are women. And I think even Aleister Crowley is a female, and they're the mother of Barbara Bush and Betty White, who are men, and so it is generational. It is in their bloodline, or I don't even know if that's a bloodline, because who knows where these kids are coming from? Who knows?
That's the
And
thing.
that's exactly, and that's the thing. If you learn that these people are doing this to these children, and they're a Megan Fox, a man with 3 kids, now 4, like, so first of all, they're giving these people children, but where are these kids coming from?
So we
Where
gotta
are they coming from?
we gotta understand. So they had troubles trying, because they want to keep it in the bloodline and they want to extend it on, but they need to practice this invert satanic religion. And we know that even the royals, like Queen Elizabeth I, was known as the Virgin Queen, and when she died, had no heir to the throne because she couldn't get pregnant. We know that they have to use surrogates a lot, and people don't question why these females always have trouble and getting pregnant and giving birth. And then today's celebrities, I swear, even Kim Kardashian had to use surrogates, right? We know they adopt children from all over the world. Are these children that they are adopting, are they part of the bloodline? You know what I mean? Are they adopting children that they have some kind of breeding camp somewhere else in the world to keep within the bloodline? Because I'm sure as hell they're not just adopting and bringing into this satanic bloodline random bloodline children, right, from Africa or Asia, or wherever they're getting them from.
Yeah, they definitely reward these celebrities for their role on the world stage with children. And
But
it's
sorry,
sad.
but they can genetically have children. So as we know, the women, well, what they show us is the woman. Say Beyonce, for example. We saw Beyonce walking around with a moon bump, going on interviews. We saw it squishing and scrunching and falling around. We saw Jay-Z gained weight at the same time, gained a lot of subcutaneous fat. Hips got wider on Jay-Z. So Jay-Z is the MTF. So was carrying this baby that they named Blue Ivy, who is also instantly, clearly an invert, an MTF, male to female. So that's a complete Baphomet family with the MTF, the FTF, and then the child. So they can still procreate, just that it's not how we think it is. With Jay-Z doing the deed to Beyonce, it was actually Beyonce doing it to
Likely.
Yeah.
More than likely. I mean, that child looks like a carbon copy of Jay-Z. And I always tell people, because having children myself, I learned that girls typically favor the father and boys typically favor the mother. So all these things, yeah, exactly. They sorry, I just lost my train of thought. I looked at the comment. So yeah, no, it's just I feel really sorry for the children. Like Megan Fox's 3 little boys that are all dressed as girls, like they look so sad. They don't look like happy little kids. They're not a little boy that's wearing a dress going, I'm so cute.
And part of the mockery, so part of the ritual, so she named one of those boys that is now a girl, she named one of them Noah.
Mm.
There was another couple that was inverted that took part in the Calvin Klein ad campaign. Do you remember that a few years back? With a pregnant man and then a woman, like they were an inverted couple, and they said that the baby was going to be also named Noah, just as it was in the days of Noah.
Well, they're asking for it, and everybody going along with it is asking for it too, God will not be mocked at the end of the day. So it's sad what they're doing to life and creation. And I don't know why they just won't leave us alone. Probably because they're jealous, because we can create, and they're just jealous of us in all ways, and they just want to destroy everything. They just want to destroy everything to do with the nuclear family. And you see that, in every way, shape, and form. And it's just, it's sad. So,
because they know that they have to be raised in a broken, inverted world. So they make sure that our world is broken and corrupt, and, So did you have your screen you were going to share for us?
Yeah. So we'll start to get into some of my content here. This is kind of the little case that I built. And so, oh, I gotta go back up. Sorry, I came down. So this is usually a kind of around where I like to start out with people that are having cognitive dissonance. So Michelle Obama, that's an easy one. Like,
let's start with Michael.
Look at these traps. Like I bodybuild. I'm injured right now, so I can't lift as much as I like to. We got those straight clavicles. We got this little Adam's apple. That's another one to look for. We have this strong, defined jaw.
Wait, you have
tall
to share your
ears.
screen. Can you share it?
Oh, it's not sharing. Sorry.
Oh no, it's not sharing.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Oh yeah, I got to go to present. My bad. Share screen. Here we go. Let's see here. Window, entire screen. Okay. All right, here we go. Can you see it?
No, nothing yet.
Oh, I wonder why it won't share. Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. Oh, here we go. I gotta go share.
There we go.
Okay, so let me pull up my Telegram here. Telegram is the only place that doesn't deplatform me. So shout out to Telegram. And so here we go. Here's Michelle Obama. We can all agree on them. So here we go. Here, look at those traps. First and foremost, look at this. We got this straight clavicle. We have this Adam's apple. Can you see okay?
Yeah, you can zoom in a bit maybe, but yeah, I can see it.
I don't know if it will zoom in. I don't really know how to do that yet. So sorry, but we'll go through some more pictures. Yeah. Look at these long ass arms, straight clavicle, defined jaw, tall ears. Remember what I told you guys about symmetry? Both sides of their face are pretty much symmetrical. And then you got the wonky eyes. The wonky eyes from hormone abuse, like I was speaking about. So here we go. Here I did an ear measurement. Obviously, it's like a little bit like whatever, and then these children that don't look like them. And then Obama, wait till we tell people Obama is a female. But anyways, and this is what I teach people. I'm like, tall ears, wonky eyes, throat, linebacker shoulders, huge person, man. And another thing about the ears is men's ears are going to have a gap, like this kind of a gap between where the jaw and the ears connect, but female ears will come up naturally off the jaw. And we'll probably see that through more pictures, but here we go again with the very tall ears, these huge giant traps, this defined jaw, like again, the wonky eyes. Look, this one's looking this way. This one's looking over this way. That's a telltale sign of hormone abuse. So the tall ears, so there's a few of Michelle Obama, wonky eyes. So I'm just pointing things out. So next we'll go to Barbara Bush.
Oh my God.
This is a young Barbara Bush. How anybody ever believed that this was a female is beyond me. They look like they literally have a 5 o'clock shadow here. Yeah. Again, with the pearls.
This is my answer to that, Marissa. So the reason why we could not see or understand or realize that every first lady they looked like this was because, first of all, back then we had black and white TVs, barely color. They were pixelated. We didn't have 4K ultra HD. So if we saw what appeared to be them without the detail, we were just happy to see that. But now we have all this detail with all this crisp quality screens and cameras. It's like, whoa, we see everything clearly now.
And then I said,
oh my
maybe that's why young George Bush became such a psychopath, having to marry a man, which is, they're probably a female. Wow. They look broke too in the wedding pics. And I said, how did anyone ever buy this as a woman? MK Ultra, spell casting, rituals, pure evil. And then I'll still have people that I'll be like, that I try to tell, Transvestigation to, and I'll try to bring up this picture and they're like, no, that person is just homely. That's just how they used to look back then. And I'm like,
no.
Are you blind? Look, he's very feminine looking.
Yeah, it's just the thing is, it's not just a Western world American thing. It's a British thing. It's a African thing. I found the Asians are doing it. The Indians are doing it. Look at the Crowley Baphomet right there. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh. They can't hide it at a certain point. They can't hide it at a certain point. And look at the evil in this eyes. They say eyes are the window to the soul. Like, look at this evil. It's just like, it's scaring me. I don't even, and then still you got those big pearls. Like, I mean, pearls are nice and all, but unless I was gifted real pearls, would I wear them? I'm not going to wear pearls as a female. I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just have to laugh. Like, this is so ridiculous. Like, they're not even trying anymore. Like, could you imagine having to cross-dress your whole life, but you didn't pick that for yourself? Like, bleh, bleh. So then we go, a big one that's out there right now is Brigitte Macron, and Candace Owens loves to expose them. We'll get to Candace Owens in a little bit once we carry on here, but here we go. Look at how many hormones this child has been given. Look at how wonky their eyes already are.
So young and already so corrupted and just destroyed from within.
There you go again, talking about boys growing out their hair as girls, like, and then the tall ears. Look at these ears. Look at this ear line is way above the brows, way above the brows. Okay, so then let's get to what's his name? Emmanuel Macron. Sorry.
Yeah, Emmanuel Macron. Wow.
They're so soft. Look at how they're soft features. Like, I'm sorry. I'm actually a little bit offended they're even shirtless. Okay, because that's staring at a female's chest. Like,
yeah.
Look at this body. Look at this body. And we'll go over the way that people walk and their gait in a few. And you guys will talk about, we'll go back to this, but see the feet are turning slightly when they walk. So we'll revisit that in a few after we go through the stairs. So this one was the one that super woke me up. So this was back in 2021. Maybe they tell us sometimes, maybe I fixate on aesthetics because it feels like the only thing I can control. They're a little piggy that's like dressed up. And so this is Dua Lipa. Like, oh, wow, what a pretty girl. Like, everybody wants to be like her. Like, oh, her and her boyfriend. This is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The mom was, I can't think of her name right this second. When I see her picture, I might be able to remember her name. But here we go. Like, no fat, like these huge ears. Like, this is such a fake photo too. They're both being like, this is publicity.
Look at the hand. That hand is bigger than that dude's head. Women don't have big hands like that. So I can see the digit ratio matches my digit ratio.
And his are small. And his are small. So like I said, if you find one invert, you're going to find the rest because they love to date each other. Look at who's got a giant throat on them. Who's got not a giant throat?
And you got the straight across clavicle. Very strong, very dominant male chest there with a breast job, surgery done. Wow, very strong jaw. Look at this effeminate soy. Unbelievable.
And that's the one we were talking about before. So so I believe, so that's probably fake Adam's apple or something to do with hormones. This is where, if you close up on this person, like, you can put all the lipstick on a pig you want, it's still a pig. So, and then it's sad. They look sad. They look sad in the eyes. Maybe I'm reading into it this much. And excuse the comments that I make on these pictures. Okay. This is what my first beginning work that I did in 2021. And I was mad. I was really mad. And so I say a lot of words that I don't typically say. So there's Dua, these tall ears, that gap in the jaw. This is the ears coming up naturally off the jaw. That looks like a lesbian, and then we got Bella Hadid. That's the sister.
Hadid.
This is the Hadid. I think their name is Ashton. I'm not quite sure.
Oh, so this dude here is a Hadid?
She inverted, or I say Yolanda, that's what his name is.
Wow. Yeah, they're
They
definitely
inverted all their kids, and
yeah.
they were married to that one piano player that's like really famous. They're not married anymore, but those are Mohammed something. Those are supposedly their 3 kids. So
Yeah.
here we go with Bella. Here we go with that symmetry. Like I taught you guys, the symmetry. They look symmetrical. Both their eyes are going to match. They're not off. These eyes are, I mean, obviously there's a bit of an angle here, but this is where I get into the like the clonery after looking at pictures, because I mean, why wouldn't they clone a supermodel that's like making them bazillions of dollars, you know? And so this is where I started to discover this divot in the ear right here, which is kind of hard to see because of my lines. But like, look at this. Look at the difference in the length of their throat, of their neck area. Long neck, short neck, long neck, you know? So here we go. Here we go. Girl, the One Direction dude, girl. Yolanda, the mom, supposedly from Real Housewives, dude. And then what is that? Gigi. I thought that they were a girl, so I've been mistaken. So you know, I always tell people.
So for me, I always found it easier to see the MTFs, right? And I struggled at first realizing that there was this thing about FTMs. I was like, oh, how does a woman become a man? And we're looking at it right now. Once you delve into it and understand the full ritual and the path that they go through and how these hormones work and how testosterone works and the cycles that they take, it's unbelievable. Once I saw it for the first time, I was like, whoa, it just blew everything away. I was like, people are never going to realize this, right? So it's just been, you know, so hopefully everything that we're just presenting here is amazing. So people get fooled by beards. They think because it has a beard, it has to be a man. They think, oh, because it has breasts, it has to be a woman. They're so easily deceived.
Low ears, tall ears. This one, they were angled, so I had a hard time. This one, Gigi pulls off being a girl better than all of them. That's why I've been confused. But if you look at their face, they're perfectly symmetrical. And who's got the jaws here? Jaws. These guys don't have jaws. And look at how thin their necks are. You know, and I wonder what these tattoos say, you know, because sometimes I think that tattoos are the only things they're allowed to do to themselves. And maybe they're telling us, but like, come on. Like, I've never seen a girl with this big of ears in my whole entire life. These are gigantic ears, gigantic throat, jaw, the brow ridge, like you're talking about, those, the eyes. And then you got the wonk going on here, you know, and then you could tell maybe their filler, their lip flip or whatever they get is like wearing off here. I can't believe if people still argue Dua Lipa with me, like all these things. So I would go through celebs. Like I said, I would just do this for hours and hours a day, like trying to perfect my craft. Oh my gosh. They just make me laugh. It's kind of silly at a point. It's a little silly. Like, okay, come on. Look at this jaw. Like, come on, just stop, people. Just stop.
Wow.
And then like this one, they have no subcutaneous fat, you know, which, yes, again, some females may have no subcutaneous fat, but is that typical? No, it's not very typical. And then that's the little sister. This little sister, they tried to make famous. I watched it for a few years. They're supposedly like a fashion designer and stuff. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're only getting fame because Dua is doing this to be a boy or to be a girl. It's a boy to be a girl. Angel, like really. And then if you can look at this picture and still tell me that you think Dua is a girl, like,
nope,
you might just want to call it a day. So then I just go through the different celebs, and then I got my boy Cable doing the skull check, like I mentioned before. So female skull. Even if you were to like pull this up or down, the female triangle is not going to fit. And then here we go, the male fits perfect. So, and if you guys want these overlays, just hit me up on Instagram on the Real Pinkarisa too, the Real Pinkarisa. too. And I'll get you my Telegram, and you can get those skull overlays, or you could probably find them yourselves. But here we go, female skull, male skull. So he helps me out with these as well too. So let's see. Oh, and then I met a lady on Facebook. I think her name was Barbara, and she knew about the ear biometrics because she was taught, I believe, as a midwife. I believe she was a midwife, and somebody taught her about ear biometrics. So I know that a lot of these are going to be hard to believe. There's things that they didn't know that we were going to know, that they can't lie to us. And one of them being the ear line. And, could one or two of these be wrong? Perhaps. But for the most part, I would say that they're likely not. First of all, without even looking at the ear lines, look at the symmetry on their face. They don't have their brows aren't the same. Their eyes don't match. Okay. Look at their thin necks. Their necks are very thin. Men have big necks. I know it's hard to believe, but so she took the liberty of doing the work from, the top of the ear. That's what we agreed on. And then she goes into where the lower ear opening is. And then, she believes that the lower ear opening should align at a certain point, in which it shows in most of these pictures that it does. I think she did a really great job. So shout out to her. Here we go with the males. And it's all of them. And I'm sorry if some of these people, you're just like, no, not Alicia Keys. That girl is on fire. Like, look at this. Who is that? I don't know.
Oh,
look at
wow.
Look at their
that's definitely a
skulls.
dude. Halle Berry for sure. Megan Fox. Oh, wow. Was that Winona Ryder? Looks very scary there. Sandra Bullock for sure. What is that? Meryl Streep. M from 007. Oh, J-Lo is just absolutely ridiculous scary there.
I know they must give them a lot of Photoshop in their photos. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, again, look at how large that neck is. They all have large necks. They all have these large throats. And do you have a couple of friends that might have a large throat? I have two friends. Out of all my friends, I have two friends. One has an elongated neck, and she has a little bit of a throat, but you can still tell she's a girl. And my other other girl has a little bit larger neck. Women embrace male and female qualities. If they look too female, they're male. And that's why. So they're top of the ear and then the bottom of the ear. So she believes that the bottom of the ear also has relevance. I haven't done enough research into that to be able to confirm that for myself, but I have no reason to not believe her. She's been accurate on the ears, and that was the way that I even met her in a group that I was in on Facebook. So yeah, here you go, Skeleton. I have a lot of people talk shit to me online, so I'll post that. But here we go. This is Victoria's Secret model. So what are you guys going to notice here? Straight clavicle, jaw, wonky eyes, tall ears. These ears are well above their brow. Wow. And how skinny they are. Like, come on. This is who I'm named after. So this is all a little bit personal to me. My mom named me after her in the 70s, Marisa Pinkarisa. My mom died without knowing that I was named after an invert, and she probably would have never believed me, but she was very upset with me my whole life growing up because I wasn't stick thin like this model, because this is a boy. Because this is a boy. Look at this. And then, like I mentioned, they always wear these like giant earrings to like distract you from other features,
Like a long neck.
Yeah, like the long ass neck. So, and the wonky eyes. Look how bad those eyes are wonking. So Cable again did that skull check for me. Shout out to Cable. Female, does that fit? No. Does the male fit? Yeah. So, with all those things in combination, you have to just let go that they are probably not a female. And like big earrings and the patterns and the distractions, and how many guys have like lusted after this person, like gross. Then we'll go to my name, Gematria. So in my name, which I'm not going to tell all you guys, but One of my positions is Donald Trump's darkest secret. We'll get there in a minute. And then let's see here. Just some different
Yes.
gamatria.
There was Solva e Coagula. That was the Baphomet slogan.
Which is, oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that one, yeah, that's a Baphomet. That's what the Eliphas Levi had written on the arms of the as above, so below image. That's what he's yeah.
I didn't know that. Thanks for that. So this is my name, Gematria. So it's almost written in my name to be doing this. Is what I'm kind of like pointing out here. Okay, let's go to Candace Owens. First of all, they're an actor. Okay, they're an actor. Okay, so keep that in mind. We got Ben Shapiro. Another thing about these gender benders is they have weird voices. Think of Ben Shapiro and his weird voice. Think of Candace Owens and their weird voice. Like, so here we go. Male skull, does that fit? Female skull fits.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, got straight clavicle.
Wide apart, wide eyes. The eyes are set apart. Yeah.
Jaw. Does the female skull fit? And I'm sorry, you guys, if these people are someone that you believe in because Candace Owens is exposing Brigitte Macron, they're a dude themselves. So have a nice day. They don't give crap about you. And they're part of their father-in-law, the person, look at this giant throat.
Yeah, I can see the boy in this image right here.
The person that they're married to is fat. Like their family are billionaires. Like they're billionaires. Why? If I had a billionaire family, like I'm not going to be like on social media with a large audience. So Cable will do it a variety of ways just to check his work. So we definitely appreciate that.
Wow. Wow. So wait, go back a couple, go back because I want to show them how it fits. So how the female skull does not fit. You can see the excess skin that, you know, the face is not curving around the skull. And then when you put the male skull on, boom, it's a perfect fit, just like a glove, right? And then there was a couple more after that. I think even this one, go to the skull picture. Yeah, the male skull fits, but then the female skull, you can see it does not fit, even though, yeah.
And then this is me. I've had a couple people do it on me just because, like I said, I've been dragged before. And so does a male. This is a male skull. There's a female skull. So, and then here's that overlay for you guys. If you want to use the face app, here's me. Again, I had a couple different people that do the skull overlays do it for me. So we go male, female skull fits. Does a male skull fit? No, it does not. So here we get to the stairs and the skeleton. And you're going to notice men are going to walk like they're walking on a railroad. The legs are going to be straight. The feet are going to be straight. The knees are a certain angle walking down the stairs. And then you see Trump's legs are going to cross and these feet are going to turn out when they walk. Okay. And we'll go through, I had to learn this. This is one of the things that I learned recently. So a female, again, you're going to have this cross because you have hips. So the feet are going to turn. Males, they're going to be more, walking down a railroad. So female Q angle, the knees will go out. Knees will be apart. Knees are apart. These are females walking downstairs. Male legs are straight. The knees stay together. Knees stay together. Knees meet and stay together. These feet stay straight. So I want you guys to remember this because when you're watching models, things like that, are their legs going to go out? Are their legs going to go straight? Are their knees going to meet? And so here's a quick video. Hold on. I'm going to pause it for just a second. I'm going to play this. I'm going to use the restroom and be right back with you guys. I should be in perfect timing. So I want you guys to watch this video. I know it is a little bit smaller. This is on Christian Kiernan, who does amazing work. I believe that his YouTube is called The Truth Never Sleeps. And you guys are welcome to go through those videos. They're super great. But this is going to be a quick video of the stairs and the skeleton that's going to go through some of these gender benders. And this is going to teach you what to look for when these people are walking down the stairs. So I'll be right back, okay?
This is the future. Revolution. This is the future.
So it's showing a lot of flamingo feet, right?
Yeah.
And you see it says the Baphomet Mason. So the Masons are, again, responsible, guilty of Baphometism.
And also, when we're looking at people's bodies, a female back will arch. A female back has an arch in it. So I want you to consider that when you're seeing Rihanna here. There's no arch.
This is the future.
Yeah. Yeah, seeing it all at once like this compiled together is like, whoa, you really see, because they space it out, even though it's pretty much all these celebrities and artists, they're all doing the same art, same satanic crap, whether it's Sam Smith or Doja Cat or Taylor Swift, it's the same disgusting ritualistic crap, Madonna, Beyonce, Rihanna.
And they got Doja Cat out here having little girls saying, "I'm gonna paint the town red. I'd rather be famous than dead." Like, okay, well, weird. So here, I'm sorry.
Yes, there we go. Don't be sorry. I love this. Melania Trump is on the chopping block. Give it to them, Marissa.
They've had, okay, so look at the Adam's apple. Look at no hips. No hips. You've had children, but you don't have hips. That's weird. The way that they walk down the stairs, look at them. The other thing about them is as a human being, you don't get better looking as you age. You look the way you look, and you can improve it with different techniques and bodybuilding and other things, some plastic surgery, things like that. But, you're not going to go from this to however Melania looks now without hormones. And again, think about their weird voice. They have a weird voice. So, you know, you don't go from this to this. You just don't. That's hormones, a lot of hormones, you know. And then look, no back arch. I know it's kind of hard to see, but you don't see an arch at all. And oh, excuse me, those are naked photos. Sorry. You got that wonk in the eye. Sorry, I didn't even realize that for a second. You got the wonk in the eyes. Okay. Like look at how symmetrical their face is. Their eyes are matching, their brows are matching. If you divide the face in half, both sides are mainly matching. And then, like I said, you're not going to go from this to whatever they look like now. You're just like, not that. And then, you know, people get so butthurt. Look, these are Donald Trump's parents.
Wait, go back a couple to Melania. This one I've shared before. And it's not just this one. Trump has been married to Baphomets before this one. He had two previously. He had Ivanka Trump was a MTF. He had Marla Maples was an MTF. All of Trump's children are inverted. I've gone through
They all
them.
are.
Every single one of them. But yes, some of these images are just a big giveaway. This one for sure.
So what is going on here? Could you imagine like coming out to get a drink of water and you like turn on the light and like he's there? Like I would scream. I would scream at either of these people.
They look like they just came from a cemetery and just dug themselves out of a grave.
I have no idea what to think because here I'm noticing that big divot, but what is this? Like, what is this? What is this area? I'm so confused. I'm just confused on the, and then like, I'm so proud of my parents that are creepy AF. Like they're so creepy looking, you know, and then you got a Trump matching the Illuminati cards.
Oh yeah.
You know, this little video goes through all these.
Charismatic leader.
You knew I was a snake before you let me in. So let's go to Donald. And you guys have to understand these people are all actors. They're actors. God. So here we go with the straight feet like a railroad. And then you can't see it very good here, but you get this nice little angle going on here. This is a female. This is a male over here. This is a male. We got the skull checks here.
Yeah, inverted 100%. Yep. Oh, wow. Look, so that bottom right-hand corner picture, that if you can't tell or realize that's a man in a dress and high heels doing some red shoe ritual too.
Yeah.
Public humiliation ritual. That's they constantly have to be subdued to this mockery and humiliation. Yeah, this is wow.
I mean, over and over again with the way they walk, just the way they walk along without adding all this extra evidence to it. You know, if you just learn the way that they walk.
Donna has big hips, has tiny little T-Rex arms, has little tiny hands, has white knuckles from all the hormone abuse. Donna. And the amount of so-called men that follow and march for this character, it's ridiculous.
I have a lot of friends that are veterans and they're super like MAGA, and it's just they'll never they think I'm crazy. They think I'm
MAGA
crazy.
literally means female sorceress. You know what I mean? It's a high priestess. It's a that's what MAGA is.
It's like the 5th degree of the Satanic Church or something.
Yeah.
And then here was this Mia Maples, I think, or Mia, not Maples. Sorry, that's someone on YouTube. Mia, whatever her name was. Marla Maples. Okay, Marla. Sorry, Mia. So here we go with Trump. And, you know, again, remember the symmetry. You divide them in half. Look at their eyes are off. Their brows are not matching. And another thing that you'll notice about these inverts is because I think that they know that some of us know. And so they deliberately hide their ears. A lot of them deliberately hide their ears. Like it took me so much work to get, Dolly Parton's ears. It took me so much work to get Mother Teresa's ears. They like to hide their ears. Like I know you have dumb hair, Trump, but real like you're a billionaire and you're gonna do your hair like this. Like, come on. And then look at this neck. Like, what is that? Like, what? So again, yeah,
There
I've
is
lost.
no neck. Trump has no neck.
I know it looks like a female body part right here, in my
I can
opinion.
see and feel the energy. So people need to know, if you can't see or understand the science of the skeleton or the marker points that Marissa's going over, and if you consider yourself, some people say they're an empath and they can read the energy and tell me what it is. It's definitely not masculine or a boss man. There's a woman in there trapped, right? And you got to learn to see for that if you can't see the other signs.
Wonky eyes also. So, and I want you guys to know, gender benders are not on your team. They are not on your team. They're not pro humanity. They're against humanity. Okay. Trump brought up the CEO of Pfizer the other day to give him applaud. And like all the cute people are like, oh, well, don't you know you have to stop. Stop making excuses for gender benders. They're not on your team. They are not on Team Humanity, period. They don't give one crap about you. So again, I just show more evidence. Here we go with Ivanka. They all have to kiss the rock.
Oh,
They
what is
all,
that? What's on her head? Is that the little black box? Big male hands with a male digit ratio. I'm looking at it, identical to my hands. It should not look that way. And they have very skinny fingers. Only men have hands like that with no fat in it. And there you can see Ivanka Trump with the daddy long leg arms, massive.
I'm a tall girl. I'm 5'10". So I can use myself as comparison, kind of thing, like the way that I look to the way these people look. So here you go with this isn't the greatest picture to tell the way that they're walking, but I think with Jared you can tell.
Very effeminate Jared Kushner. Yep.
And then we go back here. I just kind of go over things again just to remind people, in case they kind of like lose sight of what we went over. Like this was all
please
nonsense.
Explain this. This looks good. This is
This isn't necessarily my work, but I grabbed it and I just thought that it was very interesting. I don't necessarily get into that much gematria, but the bricks always mean that they're Freemasonry. Even Ronald Reagan, that everybody thinks is a hero, is probably a female. And then so people, here's someone made this great compilation of all these photos of Trump wearing his little Shriners Masonic apron. This is a Masonic as well too on the top left here. All the symbolism that he's constantly doing, he's showing, and I say he very loosely. Okay, I'm just saying he for the point of it. They're showing who they pledge allegiance to, and it's not you. It's not you. Okay, so get off the Trump train, get off the Biden train. They're two wings of the same bird, and they don't give one flying crap about you. So I just pull in all my evidence here. Here's a great compilation somebody made. I have all these pictures individually, but
same. I've seen a couple familiar ones. Yeah.
Where's the bulge? Even if it's a small bulge, where's the bulge? There's no bulge at all.
Andrew Tate has one like this too.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Even, what happened to DeSantis? We haven't heard about DeSantis in a while, have we? Did they let her off the hook or what? So then there's just more evidence, more X's. Like you said that he's been with a few. I'm gonna be willing to wager them probably almost. And look at this body on the right. Like, come on, look at their soft body.
That's a mother right there. That's a person that's given birth to children. That's a post-birthing body right there on Donald Trump.
So then, I really just try to.
Wait, let's talk about Barron quickly. Go back to Barron there, because Barron's like 7 feet tall. Do you think that's a result of hormone abuse?
Oh, heck yeah. They're definitely some kind of a genetic hybrid kind of thing. Again, think of, do they have a normal voice or do they have a weird voice? They have a weird, like the way that they talk is just And like I said, the inverts love to be together. They love to be like, it's so funny looking at these pictures because I haven't looked at them in a little bit. And like this one down here in the middle, okay, they look like a Tranny. Okay, they do not look like a female. Oh, and people, Kimberly Guilfoyle, how do you say that? I don't know, but and then, like I said, not all of this is my work. I have other transvestigators that I do borrow their work from, so they're definitely showing different things here. Everybody has their different style that they share, but a lot of us can agree on a lot of things. So here you go. Look at the way that they stand. Like, come on, what a goofball. Like, what a goofball. And then has anybody look at the soft body. Look at, like, really? This is a female. I go back to what I said about women changing sizes every day. Okay. Men are gonna hold their shape a little bit better.
Wow.
But yeah,
that's a good point in that one now. Look at that.
we have a lot of good transvestigators out there. There's some that are pieces of crap, like we don't have to give them any kind of clout, but you know who I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of great ones out there. There really are, that just do this for the cause. So they put some different work together here. So I just kind of try to build my case. This is the whole Trump family. So like I said, if you guys want my Telegram, just hit me on Instagram, because I can't post Telegram anywhere on YouTube. It just removes the comment. And then here you go with just look at those hips.
Yeah,
Look at those
I've
hips,
seen
Jared.
King Charles has that same hippie body shape, and Princess Diana did not have that.
Right. And everybody thinks like Princess Diana was such a saint and stuff. First of all, that's a man. Okay. Like, and who knows where those kids are from, and they're both inverted as well, too. Those are both girls. Like, none of these people give any craps about anything other than themselves. This is Laura Trump.
Oh, she's wearing the fake, you see the thing in the crotch area? So they have tools, not just moon bumps, the moose knuckle. They have all these devices to fake bulges or lack thereof bulge. Or to hide one.
And I know it's upside down, but they're upside down on this like thing. I mentioned to you guys before, I am a bodybuilder. I go to the gym. I am injured right now, but I still do go to the gym, and I look at bodies, and I know girls that like compete and they like starve themselves. Like, they eat a limited amount of calories. They train every day for hours and hours. I have maybe only seen one female with abs that are like rock hard out of everyone. So, and then there you
whoa, yeah. This
long
Lana,
neck, thick
goodness.
neck, linebacker shoulders, tall ears. You got like their face symmetry, their sides are going to match. So you go through all those things I taught you guys in the beginning. So then what's Eric Trump?
Another lesbian looking dude there.
Yeah, they do look like a lesbian. And
You
then
can
a male.
tell that whole little spiky, it just looks, you can tell. Look at him there. That's, oh my goodness.
And
Wow.
so I draw this information from various places. So it's not just myself or one place, it's various places. I mean,
wow, Lana Trump there has some serious deltoid action going on there. Like, you cannot hide those shoulders, those arms, the definition, the 0% body fat. Like, woo! Woo! Yeah.
I don't even know how tall this person is, but, and like I said, I'm 5'10", so I'm a taller girl, but this is not a female arm. That's not a female elbow. That's not a female wrist. Like,
it's not a
they're
female
trying
gaze.
so hard.
That's a masculine gaze there. You got to learn to look past the hair, the makeup, the clothes, the outfits. You got to look, like they say, the eyes are the glass windows to the soul. If you can learn to look past all the surgeries and the fakeness and the beard and the fancy hair, you'll be able to see the truth, right? If there's ever a time now to have truth revealed, we're living in that time.
It's time to shine a lightness in the dark. So then we're going to go back to some Olympics. This is Summer Olympics 1936 and 1948. And then I tell people, like, just zoom into these pictures. Like, are you kidding me? Like, come on, look at this. Look at this dude. Look at all these dudes. Like, I know maybe the top left looks a little bit more feminine. The next over, like, come on. And then you're
So
gonna
this
really
is
try to tell me I'm crazy. You look at
wow.
they're
Wow.
not homely, they're freaking dudes, man.
Yeah, you know what I used to do? I used to look back at the female tennis players because it wasn't just the modern ones with the Serena and Venus. They've been inverting these athletes since Billie Jean and uh, all of these. If you look back, especially the black and white era, whoa, they didn't have the fancy makeup and surgeries and hairstylists and makeup artists they have today. And yeah, if you
And
really want to see some scary stuff, just go back like 80 years even, right?
look at the second row to the right and look at that symbol right there. You got the Masonic symbol with the Nazi symbol, which is really, if you know about the origins of the Nazi symbol, it's something that meant something else in Native American culture. It meant Northeast, Southwest kind of thing, but you can think whatever you want. But like, this is so Masonic, like, it's insane. And I can't believe they let them get away with it. I can't believe they let this person get away with wearing like a Nazi symbol at this point in time. Like, that's kind of crazy. So,
Because that
and then
was
you got
before Second World War, right? This is what, 1935?
1936 and 1948 is my tag on it. But
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah.
so, and then, you have all these.
Whoa, this is getting scary. I don't know. I see this so much, but the way this is all here with all of them together, that big long neck and that who is that? That's that fake Bill Gates wife and oh,
Melinda Gates.
yeah.
Bill is a female, just in case anybody didn't know. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
here we go. Jay-Z. Jay-Z looks like a lesbian. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Jay-Z, and this mofo can't grow facial hair to save their life. Like,
No, Daisy's 100% a woman. I know women in the black community that look exactly like that. The same nose, same lips, same. Look at how close the eyes are together. Obviously, this person has suffered some kind of side effects due to the hormone abuse during their whole life, right? And wow, just
that's the mother, that's the son. Like I told you
yeah,
guys,
yeah.
boys favor their mother, girls favor
Yeah,
their father. They're
genetically
both
too. The
boys.
boys will always look like the mom, and the girls will always take genetics from the dad.
So then we got Chrissy Teigen. Look, no hips. They've had 2 children at this point, supposedly. Look at John be looking real soft there. So there we go with Chrissy. Like, oh gosh, this person is pure evil. Like, they're pure evil. And the things that they let this person get away with saying, it's like beyond me. It's literally beyond me. Then we got that they think that Chrissy Teigen is being mistaken for Khloe Kardashian. Well, maybe because they're both drag queens kind of situation.
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody's like, oh my God, Chrissy Teigen's so pretty. Look at their gigantic neck. And, I do have to admit on that like karaoke show, they seem funny. They seem like they have good personalities. They seem just like the person next door that you would want to hang out with. But, this is a man. Straight clavicle, giant traps,
And this is what people
jaw.
don't understand. The makeup, the beautifying of the eyelids. This is all biblical. It was mentioned in the book of Enoch that the fallen angels, specifically Azazel, taught man and woman how to beautify the eyelids, how to make weapons out of the metals here on earth. We know there's so many makeup tutorials, how to contour, like the deception's on the next level. And they're all using the same tips and tricks and techniques, which is why they all look alike now. Why everyone looks like a Kardashian now, right? Even Beyonce is now white and looks like a Kardashian.
No, they're nasty tweets. Like, it's just I can't believe what they really. I can't believe what they let these people get away with. Honestly, they speak in code. These are the FBI terms for PEDOS kind of thing. We know. Look at the crotch. sorry to like be like, look at the crotch, but look at the crotch and look at no hips. You supposedly had a couple kids, but your hips never spread. Like that's weird. Okay, well, and then we got the avocados definitely mean something. I'm not exactly sure what it is a second. Like I said, I take a lot of information from other places. So here we go with all these men and their children that they were given from wherever. Like, does this look like the one on the right with the one from the nerd show? What's that nerd show that everybody watches?
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, the Big Bang. Like, this child looks terrified. This child looks like, who is this person? And Paris right here with this gigantic baby head that's probably some kind of a Nephilim. Like this baby's like, babies that belong to their parents, they look different. And oh, really? This is Chrissy Teigen, like after giving birth? Like, really? Oh, wow, you look that good? No, I was drugged up when I had kids. So all these people are men with a varying size of moon bump. Rihanna, Courtney, Hillary Swank. If you like, come on. Hillary Swank looks like a horse. Like you got Rumor Willis, which it gets even more offensive with Rumor because they just did a commercial that they were promoting toilet paper, which I'm all for. It's like a natural toilet paper that's not bleached. But in the video, in the commercial, they have this baby breastfeeding. Just straight up breastfeeding in the video that they're talking about toilet paper. And it's so offensive to me to know that this is a man with their fake appendage in a child's mouth, emulating what a woman would do. We have Jessie James, I think her name is. Jessie, I'm not sure. She does that one song, the Domino song. A lot of these people, but all these people I grabbed from this post, they're all men with these little babies. And then here we go. We're going to go with the Beckhams. So look at these low ears. Look at this body. Like, ugh. Oh, they even gave him some fake stretch marks. Love that. Love that. Victoria Beckham has supposedly had like 5 kids or something, and they look like this. Like, please give me a break. And then I would even probably believe Mark Anthony is a female because they were with Mariah Carey. Here's a young Rihanna.
Little boy.
Easier to see when they're younger. Here's Rihanna over here on the right.
Yeah, that's 100% a little boy, a male.
I've known like 30 little boys that look exactly like this. I've never known a little girl that looks like this.
Never known a little girl to look like that.
Look at the tall ears. Look at the eyes are already wonking. More pictures because Rihanna's one that they all like lust after. Here's Rihanna doing some photo shoots. Like, oh, Rihanna's not one of them. Yeah, they are. Look at how willing they are to go along with satanic agenda, and take these photos. Like, you couldn't pay me enough. You couldn't pay me enough. And I'm not even saying that I am deserving of being elevated on the world stage. I don't want to be a puppet. But
Marissa, check this comment out from Flat Earth Sovereign. Says the avocado tree has both male and female reproductive organs.
Interesting.
Wow. Very interesting. That makes a lot of sense, Sov. Thank
you for that.
Wow.
But why would you do a photo shoot? Like, what possessed you to go along with this, when you're supposed to be all rich and famous? And so this is just, I just really try to, build my case and explain it. Like, you don't go from that child that looked like that to this. Okay. That's hormones. Okay. And then they love to mock us. This is me like drawing on their real parts. ASAP Rocky is a female. That whole like,
get into it. Oh boy, this is great.
What prison were they supposedly in? What did they get arrested for? I don't really
know. See, that's what I have been saying, is that specifically the Black community got targeted with this invert gender confusion stuff with the hip hop music industry, because all of these like Diddy's and Jay-Z's and Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, they're all sodomites. A lot of them are inverts, right? And they fake this ghetto gangster attitude and get locked up. And like you said, they're not really in prison. They're breeders. They're giving birth to babies. Like recently, that colorful haired rainbow rapper 6ix9ine got famous, got big so fast, and then boom, was in jail for a year. And I'm like, no, he's giving birth to babies, right?
That makes so much sense. Exactly. Look at those tall ears. You're not going to, you might find low ears on a Black male, but you're not going to find tall ears on a Black female. It's a man. Look at the jaw. And I mean, it's hard once they put all this makeup and give them the hormones and the surgeries and everything else, but, I assure you, they would never let a pregnant performer perform in heels on a floating platform with fireworks going off. They would have much more concern for the babies. And they seem to be giving these inverts, they give them deals. They give them jewelry lines. They give them makeup lines. Like Rihanna has Fenty, the whole Fenty beauty. Money, 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 money. They want your money, however that is. And so, hold on. This guy I found on Instagram. I'm not sure if I'm following on him on this account. I hope I tagged him here. I don't think we'll get a copyright for this, but I'd like to play the song because I thought it was amazing when I found it. And I was just like, yes, 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 because it's been so hard to find us people that can see through their spell casting. So I'm going to play this song, and I think I did tag him on. That's his name, Damian Amani. Shout out to him. Nice work there. That was great work. Hello, are you still there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can. Just making sure. I don't think that I don't think he's copyrighted, so I think we're okay. But this is for entertainment purposes. This is for sharing. This is for talking about information. So here we go. Here's a Baphomet. Okay, I'm sure you guys are all familiar with this image. This isn't even a real deity. This is something that someone drew up for whatever reason. It has an artist, and this was just a creation. Got the female top, the man bottom, and the goat head. And that's what we're talking about. That's what all these people are. That's who they worship. That's who they idolize. That's who they emulate.
The fallen angel wings, too, to represent that it is a fallen angel.
Right. Black. You got the moon here. So there's some kind of like moon energy. And then you got this the snakes going up the staff. We all know what that is about. And then you got the
you can also see it looks like it's a dome firmament in his lap, and it looks like they're trying to break through the dome. So that's that kind of symbolism there also.
Look how evil that looks. It just looks evil. So and then I'm gonna go back to here's the Rihanna when she did the chair tip. Again, with all this, like, first of all this garbage that they're wearing is going to be very heavy. It's going to be very heavy. I don't know a lot of women that could pull that off. There's the chair tip. They really let this person do this chair tip visibly pregnant. Like, come on, think about it. Come on. Use your brain cells. Like, a venue is just like, oh yeah, we're gonna let you tip your chair back. You're gonna be perfectly fine when you're pregnant. No, they wouldn't. No, they never would. Here, got some great pictures. People share a lot of work, and I'm just lucky that I'm able to grab it. And here we go. Jay-Z showing they are a Knights Templar. So there's lots of secret societies. There's not just the Freemasons. There's not just the Shriners. You got the Knights of Templar. That's what a lot of them are. Here you got
FTM.
I don't even know his name. My son had a picture of him.
Little Uzi Vert, and you say it
enough,
it sounds like Little Lucifer. Yeah.
And they got this, like, I know that they like got super famous because they got this like diamond implanted into their forehead, and like, do they look like they're somebody that's going to be your homie? They're going to come pick you up when you're drunk at a club? Like, no. And so I
Yeah, the
point out that
Baphomet cross. Oh my God, go back. Are you telling me that's Jay-Z's logo on his liquor? That I just showed you the Baphomet cross from with
yeah,
the movie King Kong, and there it is, showing a paying allegiance to
and
the
look at this
Baphomet.
face. Look at this soft face.
That looks like Aunt Jemima.
Which was a man. I just found that today. I'll have to post it later.
Wow.
So just more. And then there's Tina Knowles. A lot of people will say that they think this is Tina Turner. I don't necessarily believe in multiple role actors. I don't think this is Tina Turner, but I'm not saying that I'm opposed. But, you know, we go with the symmetry. Their brows match, their eyes match. This is a man. They use this big hair to distract
From
and
the
make
big
you
head, yeah.
think that it's a female. Then we go with Kamala.
Oh, that's a dude.
Jackie Kennedy.
Oh God, another
Oh,
boy.
but they were a good one. They were a good one. Trump and Melania wore Tiffany blue because they totally have the plan. Like, okay.
Look how far apart those eyes are. It's abnormally far apart, right?
Like, what is that? What is in their throat? What's in their throat? They use the big hair. They got the big hair and then the necklace and then the female clothes to distract. So does a female skull fit?
No,
Does
100%
a
no. Yeah.
male skull fit?
Male.
More than likely. And here we go. This is going to break you guys' heart. I'm sorry. He wasn't Team Humanity. He wasn't fighting to expose Israel. He wasn't trying to earn in the Fed.
He was not the people's president.
I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry if this hurts your feelings. I know you want to believe that there's anybody on the world stage is a good one. They're not. They're not. They're not. And then you can go through their gates too. Here we go. Again, back to the stairs and the skeleton. Are these legs straight like they're walking down the train tracks, or are they crossed? Do the knees meet? So, you know, even them, okay, they are not your friends. So this is gonna, you know, I know we've all seen those pictures of Obama and his bulge and the little satanic outfit and all that stuff, but here we go. You're gonna look at the eyes are close together. Face is not symmetrical. Yeah, the ears aren't always accurate. That's why I say typical. Look at the low jaw. Look at the way that the ears come up naturally off the jaw. There's no gap. So does a female skull fit? Yeah. Better than a male skull? So is my belief that, so this is around the time that all those, like, the shootings came out and stuff. I believe Kyle Rittenhouse is a girl. This is the the wrestler, or no, sorry, the boxer.
Oh, the Olympics, yeah.
From the Olympics. I had so many people like argue this with me. They're like, no, they were born both sexes. Look at the way that they're running. Look at their feet are straight.
Oh, that's a straight dude.
This is a dude. I can't even believe that they let this person get away with it, like being a Muslim and everything. Here we go with the, like, come on. At a point, this is ridiculous to even have to share. Like, this is ridiculous. This is absolute. Look at this. Look at it. They look like a fucking, I'm not going to say it. That's going to sound mean. Female skull. Then there's a couple of different skulls you can do. You can do this skull overlay, or you can do the triangle. So does a female skull fit accurately, or does a male skull fit more accurately? You know, look at that.
Oh my God. So wait, hold for a second. So this character supposedly is the ex-girlfriend of people like Drake, Lewis Hamilton, right? Big sports stars. And I'm telling you, Lewis Hamilton, F1 Ferrari driver now, is a sodomite, has never been with a real woman. When he first started his career, he was with a pussycat doll, Nicole Scherzinger, who is also an MTF. And then Drake was also another sodomite. These people are not who they say they are and what you think they are. Unbelievable.
I can't believe people still argue the fact with me. I can't believe they can see pictures of Serena and Venus Young and be like, no, those are little girls. No, they're not. Look at them. This picture makes me sad too, because they still have light in their eyes. You know what I'm saying?
They're still somewhat new to life and getting prepped for what? it inevitably is going to be the slavery to the system, to the beast system, to help usher in a new world order, to help usher in a one world religion where they're partly worshipped and idolized. It's disgusting. It's the sodomites, they're deceivers.
Tall ears. Their eyes are starting to wonk. Jaws. The ears have a gap from the jaw where the ear connects. Look at the hands. Like, you know, these, I can't even believe people, like, here you go. Here's that gap between the ears where the ears connect. They don't come up naturally off the jaw. Look at this huge jaw. Look at this huge, like, sloping forehead. Look at the brow ridge. You know, like, I can't even believe we have to have, I can't even believe we have to have this discussion and people can't be like, okay, well, that's clearly a drag queen. White Chicks was a movie to gaslight us. I believe it was to gaslight us about the Venus sisters, but people have told me it's to gaslight us about the Hilton sisters.
Yeah,
so
the
here we
Hiltons
go.
also for sure. So obviously, Paris Hilton's younger brother, Nicky Hilton, married a
Older.
Rockefeller or a Rothschild, one of those satanic bunkers, 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati.
People ask me all the time, have I been attacked doing this? And other than like people in real life or people online talking smack, I have been spiritually attacked, and it was by the Hiltons. They are warlocks. They're high level warlocks. So when I exposed Nicky Hilton, they definitely came after me. So this is going to be Venus, the sister, at a serpentine party. We look up the definition of serpentine, serpent or snake.
Oh.
And then I always have to like reiterate to people, go back to the stairs and the skeleton, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just try to kind of reiterate things. Oh gosh, this one's scary. This one's actually like pure evil. Like, they're a very scary person. I used to love Ellen too. I used to love them when they first came out, and their very first comedy. They bring you these people and you like, you fall in love with them, kind of thing. You know, you kind of fall in love with them. You like their personality, you like their jokes. But they're horrible, and they're part of agenda. And this is Rockefeller's grandson. He looks just like him. Like, so is the wife. The wife is a man too. Portia Del Rossi. I used to think that they were the most beautiful women in the whole world when they came off of Ally McBeal. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. But and then this is the agenda, is to jack with us and our children. And so
my name is Asa. I am 6 years old, and I do drag.
Asa is a baby drag queen. He performs at drag shows as Lulu Lovely Twirls.
Lulu Lovely Twirls.
why are you in front of adults?
He started doing this 4, 5, now 6 years old. He is by far the
Yeah,
youngest.
this is what they tried to let happen in Canada. I told people, tried to warn them, especially the freedom fighters of Canada. They were like, no, that's not our fight. Leave the LGBT alone. So I went and did it by myself. And then those hypocrites all jumped on the bandwagon afterwards. This stuff is utterly disgusting. It's just,
I think the worst thing that you can do as a human is exploit your child. This is complete child exploitation. These parents are so happy with themselves that they're like getting clout, because putting their child in front of grown adults, this is disgusting. That parading your child in front of grown adults at whatever gender, but a boy to be a girl, and like everybody involved in here should be arrested. Everybody here, every single person that thinks this is okay should go to jail.
At first I was
So anyways, that's part of the agenda. Then it just continues. Like,
Baby is gay. Yeah, this is him.
I'm gay.
I called up my dad and I said, hey, guess what? Your grandson, gay, 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 gay. My dad says, you can't just say that your baby is gay before he gets a chance to tell us he's gay. And I go, whoa, 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 whoa. Straight people do it all the time. Little baby boy is born. Oh, he's going to be a heartbreaker. Little baby girl is born. Oh, you better lock her up when she turns 16. Clearly, people want their children to be straight. Well, my son is gay.
What?
Very gay. Baby.
That's disgusting.
Oh
That's-
my God! Someone find her and slap her.
Take that baby away.
Oh
Take
my-
that freaking baby away from her. I don't care what you have to do. Get that baby away from that person. That's disgusting. And who are these men going along with this? Who are these men that think it's okay
They're
for their
not
wife?
men. They're fluoridated for one. They're effeminate. They're soy. They're gay in secret. They're watching Baphomet porn. You know what I mean? Whether they're married and have kids or not, they're either frolicking around in other guys' booties at the Masonic Lodge, and the wives don't know about it. They're doing it at work. They're doing it on the construction site. They're doing it at bingo, poker night. Women need to check their men. There is some crazy stuff going on in this world, and it's disgusting. And if they don't step up and start snooping and check in on browser histories, they're not going to find out. And this society is just going to, like a switch, just get turned into Sodom and Gomorrah overnight. But it's the people letting
We're
it
so
happen.
close.
Yeah,
We're so close.
It's
So then we
terrible.
go back to Cindy Crawford. First, the ears alone. I'm done. And this is like the pinnacle of beauty. They did the Pretty Woman. Like I told you, if there's woman in the title, it's man. If there's man in the title, it's a girl. Like they've been shoved down. And this is the daughter, Kaya Gilbert. Do you guys remember that whole story about Richard Gere? Back in the 90s, how he supposedly went to the hospital with a gerbil up his butt.
I was giving birth. I'm guessing that happened the same year this person was born, right?
That would be interesting to research. I would love to confirm that. So this
Because-
is Kaya. They're supposedly a famous supermodel.
Kaya
Probably.
Crawford.
Short ears, tall ears. Look at the ears. They're so tall. Like, look at this person. There's
Because I have a theory about Arnold Schwarzenegger during the filming of that film Junior. So I looked into the timeline of the filming of that, and I looked into the timeline of the birthing of his so-called son at the time.
from The Maid.
And it seems that no, a different one. The one that he has a son, but it looks very feminine because it clearly is an FTM. But that son was born around about the same time the filming of that film Junior, where Arnold played a woman, a pregnant woman. So very suspicious, creepy, satanic, spellbound stuff going on with these Hollywood demons.
Here's a great picture. And again, we're going to go back to the way that they walk. So look at Pete's. Pete's feet turn out. Kaya's feet are straight. What did we already learn about the stairs and the skeleton? So it is my belief that Pete Davidson is more than likely a female and a Knights of Templar. And they pair him with female to male or male to females. So, I mean, they aren't, look at, come on. And then all these magazines, they're all complicit. They're all involved. You're not going to get on the cover of Elle or Vogue unless you're an invert. So then we go to Queen Elizabeth. Oh.
Yeah, drag queens. Where did you think the term drag queens came from? Because obviously it was practiced by the royals and the so-called elite that aren't really elite at all. They're just puppet slaves, sodomites.
Initiated and elect. So we go through a lot here on the content. We go through the wrestlers. You know, Cable has done all these so graciously. You know.
Desmond is 10. That's that Desmond kid. Yeah.
We saw this child with a couple of dudes like super late at night in like New York City, and they were clearly giving them drugs. Like, why, as a grown adult, why do you need children to be your audience. Never ever in my life have I ever like done any kind of activity and be like, oh, you know what would make this so much better? Children. Like, that's just, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Hi, it's me, Patty
I can't.
Hi, it's me, Patagonia, a real-life homosexual. And today, I'm here with the North Face. We are here to invite you to come out.
Yeah, no. These
Yeah,
people.
this is what Canada has become. You can't go 2 foot outside your front doorstep without seeing a rainbow flag, a male dressed as a woman that is in her masculine era, that is completely dominating some effeminate soy boy. It's insane. The dynamics of the world, of the home, has been completely flipped and scrambled into some disgusting, filthy mess.
No arch.
Yeah,
Here's
no
Dua
arms,
Lipa again.
straight back, long arms, hands go down to the knees, which is abnormal for a girl.
So I go in on Dua a lot. Like, I definitely go in on Dua a lot. These people are always like have some satanic crap going on. Megan the Stallion. Why would you be female and call yourself a stallion? There are all these things that you guys watch on TV, all these shows, they're all rituals. They're all some kind of an ancient ritual. I decode their names sometimes too. So that's what I go through on the channel here. You know, a lot of these stories, I think that they tell us about things are a bunch of bullshit. You know, it's just, they want you to feel sorry for these people. Oh, they had a miscarriage. Look, here's Diddy kissing all these people. Diddy is a female.
I saw Lil Wayne kissing Birdman on 106 and Park back in the day. All the rap culture community was created to target the black race and to make them sodomites.
So there's different ways I go through and, you know, just pull information off Google. Like, females do not have male skeletons. Like, these are the ways that you can tell that Google will admit to that you could easily find yourself. So I'm going to let you read this and I'll be right back. You can tell people the reason behind inverts. Can you see it?
Yeah, I'm going to bring it up closer.
Okay.
So the reason behind these inverts, so their god, I can tell you right now, is the Baphomet, which is possesses both genders, male and female. So they worship Baphomet, and the price for fame is investment. They are not looking for souls, but bodies, because they need them. Who makes the covenant is said to lose his soul, because when selling his body, the darkness enters and his soul is stripped from its temple. So the body is the temple. The body is the temple of the creator spirit, but by corrupting it, they condemn it to destruction. That's what they do. They take these bodies to release the soul and live in its place, condemning the soul that was there. The law of the fallen is to invest everything. That's why in his image, there is one hand upwards and the other downwards. It is his way of going against creation, corrupting it and condemning it. And if you want fame or power, you have to be one of them. And to be there means to stop being the creator. So they make men desire men and women desire women without knowing, and that is sodomy. They make us wish for a body that we can never have and hate ours to the point of transforming it and condemning it with diseases like bulimia, anorexia, orthorexia, and vigorexia, and surgery.
All right. Perfect. So I think that was a very good explanation for everybody to understand. You know, I personally, you know, I'm not gay. I like men. And I'm so offended that they made me be attracted to women who are pretending to be men. That should be offensive to people who are, you know, straight. Like, you should be offended. So we just go, here's Rihanna and their big feet. Like I said, I'm 5'10". My feet are 10.5, but these has got to be like 11 or 12. Remember Paris and their big feet?
Massive.
So, and these people always show who they are. If they have a big platform, they're either in the club or they're inverted, and
Scottish
more
Rite,
like
Freemasonry, it's the brotherhood. I've been delving into it and exposing pretty much all I can, and with it, I've found shills, psyops, or what do you call them? Infiltrators, controlled oppositions, all come from that very Scottish Rite of Freemasonry.
people want to feel so bad for Cassie because they supposedly died. Okay, let's first of all, what is this? Look at their tall ears. Like, look. So they supposedly had children at this time, and ew, you couldn't even lint roll your jacket before you went on stage or get pictures. Nice job, Puffy. And then look at this soft body on P. Diddy. Look at this top half. That's so soft. So, and look at, I think their name is Cassie, right? So, and look at all these things. Look at their neck. Like, do you know anybody that has a neck like that? That's a female. Like, that's gross. And then, so these are the twins. So what they don't tell you in the whole Diddy psyop, which I believe is a psyop, because first of all, I don't care what grown people are doing behind closed doors. Honestly, they obviously needed to take Diddy down for some reason, but these are little boys, these twins that are like getting super famous. Look at to the left and to the right. I don't know about the one in the middle, but they're still to be determined. But these are boys.
100% two little boys. Yeah.
So the thing that they'll never tell in this Diddy psyop is they're all inverted gender. You have the one, who's that girl that's out there outspoken? I can't think of her name right now, but she's out there like trying to expose the whole Diddy thing and all the sex parties and stuff. But they won't tell you that these people are all gender benders. Like, they just won't tell you that. Look, okay, here we go. So they try, well, they get a little bit wasted. They get a little too wasted, and then they start showing who they really are. Again, here you go with isometry. Are their eyes symmetrical? No. So we had Cable do the skull checks here. So male and female on Diddy. So, look at these close set eyes. Look at this. Symmetry is off. They're not symmetrical. I know it's hard for some people to believe. Some of you guys are going to be like, no. But, there's, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you at a point. These people don't like you. So stop acting like they like you and they would go hard for you, because they wouldn't. And here, look at all their legs. Look at all their legs turning when they run. Like, come on. We already went over the stairs on Skeleton. So
I always found that weird with the running thing. So watching some action movies, when you start seeing the main character. So one that stood out for me back in the day was Harrison Ford, whether it was the Fugitive or something. And I seen him running and I was like, he runs like a girl. Who runs like that? And I started noticing in other male actors having a weird run, whether they're running because the cameras are there, but some things that always stood out. Is that Prince Harry in that picture there?
Yeah, both of them.
So yeah, Prince Harry is married to Meghan Markle, who was groomed as a male to female Baphomet. I have the clip right here, so I'll bring it up whenever you're ready of them being a part of this. Oh, you don't have to bring that down. I can just bring it up. So let me just play this one quickly.
Oh my God, that's a little boy.
That's a little boy. This is the Princess of England married to Prince Harry. Can you hear the sound?
Mm-mm.
Okay, let me stop it quickly and bring it back with the sound, so you can hear this little boy being groomed. Already was preset. This I can show you from this footage from the early 90s that this little boy was already being groomed to be the princess of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth, right? Absolutely insane. So I'm gonna just make sure you guys get the sound on this. Was it tab? Here we go.
Though Meghan Markle was on TV, and she was a firecracker even at age 11.
I don't think it's right for kids to grow up thinking these things, that just mom does everything.
For a social studies assignment way back in elementary school in Los Angeles, Meghan and her classmates were asked to watch some commercials and assess their messages.
Recommended by more doctors, pharmacists, and Dr. Mom.
It's always mom does this and mom does that.
In particular, a commercial for Ivory dishwashing liquid caught her attention because it used the word women.
Women are fighting greasy pots and pans.
And I said, wait a minute, how could somebody say that?
Even back then, Meghan struck everyone with her easy charm and intelligence.
Just about 1 out of every 3 commercials is going to say something that's going to hurt somebody's feelings.
So Meghan took pen in hand and wrote a letter to Procter & Gamble. And just look at that penmanship.
So I was wondering if you would be able to change your commercial to people all over America.
Here's the shocker. The company actually changed the commercial to say people, not women.
The gloves are coming off. People are fighting greasy pots and pans with Ivory Clear.
What Meghan did landed her on the cable show Nick News in 1993, hosted by Linda Ellerby.
It was absolutely clear that this young woman was strong in her beliefs. It didn't matter if she was 11 years old. She believed in women. She believed in her own power, and she wasn't afraid to reach out and say, I want my power. I want my rights.
Good evening.
Many years later, Meghan spoke about the
Wow.
Ivory dishwashing liquid commercial.
Let's forget that. These people, you can see the grooming, right? You can see the little boy, 11 years old, magically was caring about the gender roles and why they always refer to mom as being in the kitchen. Unbelievable stuff.
No, it's just so sad. They're destroying everything it means to be a woman and everything it means to be a man and everything that means to be a man attracted to a woman and the whole nuclear family and children, and they destroy anything that they can. So I hope that you guys can give Nico a break, you trolls out there that like to talk smack, because he's not winning awards. He's not making money off this. His YouTube is not sponsored. There's no ads popping up, right?
No, I got ads, but
okay. So
it's
sometimes you got to do a little bit, to get in the algorithms. But I'm curious what it was for you that made you wake up. Like, what was your defining moment or moments? Was it watching the Harrison Ford or?
No, it was always a collection of things. But like I said, I just had this big awakening around 2016. I did wake up to flat Earth first. And then immediately that news of Michael Obama was going around from, what was it, Joan Rivers. And I looked into that and it was like, whoa, this is really happening. And at those times, I already was suspicious of Obama being the Antichrist. And I was like, whoa, things are starting to look a little biblical. So yeah, quickly, seeing as we're speaking biblical, I did have something else to bring up. But the Bible does warn and speak of everything that's happening. So I was just cautious to start looking out for it. And pretty much it was the music industry. It was just the idol worship was on another level because social media had blown up to some next levels. And I never even had a phone. So I didn't really get caught up in all these apps and doing selfies. I didn't know what any of that was until like 2020, right? So it was just, I had to look into it and see what was going on and why Drake and all these people were being pushed and why the women was dissing real men and like praising these Chris Browns. And I was just had enough. So I finally just took the time and went into it. I seen some videos on the YouTube back then, Mr. E, Transpocalypse, and I heard this guy's voice, saw this guy's presentation, and I was like, oh, this is not a joke. It's not just people looking for clout on the internet just to create stuff. I was like, this is real, and I've seen it. So I
love Mr. E. I love the way that he does his presentations, like with the sense of humor. I feel like I'm still in a position where I'm like angry. So I like call them names, but I wish I could get to a position of coming at this from humor, because sometimes it's the humor that make people laugh, that they kind of let their guard down a little bit, and then maybe they'd be like, oh, well, you know what, that's funny, maybe that makes sense. So I'm looking at Dua Lipa just real quick here. They have 87.3 million followers. There's about 10 of my friends that follow them. I'm gonna have to have a little conversation with these people. You know, we don't follow celebs, okay? We only follow them to make fun of them. And the funny thing about Dua Lipa is I called out the whole family before on Instagram. Like, they posted happy birthday Dua like several months back, and I went after every single one of them. I tagged the mom, I tagged the dad, I tagged the sister, I tagged the brother. I said, I cannot believe that you guys would do this to your child. That is disgusting. We know I put a bunch of eyeballs. Guess who I can look up on Instagram now? I can only look up Dua. The whole family blocked me.
Oh.
And I'll say one more thing. And knock on wood, I have done this for several years. Thank you, Amber. Much love to you. I've done this for several years. I've done a lot of shows. I'm not saying I'm super famous. I have gone viral before, things like that. And again, this is all for entertainment purposes only, but I've never, ever, ever been sued for defamation. Not like I'm anybody important or anything like that, but, you know, maybe a celeb would be like, oh, wow, this video got a lot of views. I'm going to have to sue them for defamation because I'm not a man, you know, or come after me. The only attack I've ever had have been by the Hiltons in the middle of the night spiritually. So let's see what you got.
Yeah. Oh my God. So quickly, Bible verses regarding what's happening. So Deuteronomy 22:5, a woman shall not wear a man's garment, nor shall a man put on a woman's cloak, for whoever does these things is an abomination to the Lord your God. So Genesis 1:27, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. So a clear distinction of two separate sexes. 1 Corinthians 6, verses 9 to 10. Or do you not know that the unrighteous will not inherit the kingdom of God? Do not be deceived. Neither the sexually immoral, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor men who practice homosexuality, nor thieves, nor the greedy, nor drunkards, nor revelers, nor swindlers will inherit the kingdom of God. Romans 1:26, for this reason God gave them up to dishonorable passions, for their women exchanged natural relations for those that are contrary to nature. And the men likewise gave up natural relations with women and were consumed with passion for one another, men committing shameless acts with men and receiving in themselves the due penalty for their error. Sodom and Gomorrah, Genesis 19:4. So before they lay down, the men of the city, the men of Sodom, both young and old, all the people to the last man, surrounded the house, and they called to Lot, where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us, that we may know them. The phrase know them is often interpreted as referring to sex or homosexual acts. Genesis 19:24. Then the Lord rained on Sodom and Gomorrah, sulfur and fire from the Lord out of heaven, and he overthrew those cities and all the valley and all the inhabitants of the cities and what grew on the ground. So that describes the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah due to their wickedness, which is sexual immorality. Jude 1, verse 7. Just as Sodom and Gomorrah and the surrounding cities, which likewise indulged in sexual immorality and pursued unnatural desire, serve as an example by undergoing a punishment of eternal fire. And finally, Ezekiel 16:49. Behold, this was the guilt of your sister Sodom. She and her daughters had pride, excess of food, and prosperous ease, but did not aid the poor and needy. They were haughty and did an abomination before me, so I removed them when I saw it.
So I wonder if they're saying that the next reset is going to be by fire. Or is that just saying they're all in hell?
Fire and brimstone. God did promise never to flood the earth or destroy it with water again. So we do know it's going to be by fire, and it will be the ultimate end. Fire just consumes and destroys all in its path. So yeah, we are in those perilous times. 2 Timothy 3:1. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like talking about this stuff and seeing it all. It's upsetting, honestly. It's like I feel like weird, like I have to go pray or cleanse after this. It's just so much demon activity we've had to uncover and share with everyone. How are you feeling, Marissa? You've done a great job tonight.
Thanks. No, I feel, I mean, I must say, wait, it's a little gross. That was I have little goosebumps. Nice little bow to wrap it all up. Yeah, we do got to come together. I think that maybe what we should pick a day soon that we all fast, and whatever your deal is, if you pray, if you meditate, whatever way that you connect with source or God or whatever you see the all being, the Almighty as being, fasting is the best way to get those get those things answered. So maybe a day to fast. And I think at this point, we all need to repent in some fashion, and give our dues to whatever we believe in, and apologize for not seeing this, and ask for forgiveness. And I'm not saying you need to go out and tell everybody you're always welcome to share this video. Hopefully it will stay up. And we need a critical mass awareness at this point. We need everybody to be on board. We need to take that attention off of these celebrities and put it back onto us. We need to focus on our families, on our communities, on building that bridge between yourself and your neighbor, regardless of your differences. This is a time that we really need to band together, because we are this close. We're so close to numerous things happening. You're going to have, Skynet and the drones and the Elon Musk and the social credit score and the universal basic income. And we're this close. We have this much left, or we could be where, God or the powers that be are just going to decide to burn it all down. And they're going to be like, see, we told you in scripture, but you did it anyways. So we're right on that precipice. The more that are aware of the knowledge, the better. We aren't making money off this. We're not getting famous off this. We're not winning friends and awards off this. We do this for humanity, and we do this to give you your power back, because you are divine being of God, and they aren't.
I like what you said about taking away all that attention that the people are giving to celebrities or to sports teams. Like just if you look at some footage of how people react, especially men, when it comes to sports, and they go crazy. They're not even ever that excited, not even when their own children are being born or getting a promotion from their job or getting married. You'll never see them that excited, but you see their team score in the friggin' NFL Super Bowl or the NHL Stanley Cup final. It's over. They turn into these psychotic, and then people, they worship these celebrities. They defend them. You can't talk bad about Rihanna or Dua Lipa or Jennifer Aniston, because Jennifer Aniston did a movie that someone watched in depression one time, and it helped them get through it. So now they have to worship them for the rest of their life and defend them from us truthers and transvestigators that are exposing the, you know, it's insane. So take some of that damn bloody energy, or no one's saying you don't have to watch sports and be entertained, but don't put your heart and soul into it. Like that's disturbing. That's weird. You know, like put that into your community, into your own family, into yourself, into the Lord, right? Into God.
I mean, how many guys do you know that like their whole thing is their team colors? Like everything about them is their team colors. And it's not just like they're upset when their team wins. It like hurts their ego. They're not going to perform as well as at work. They're not going to be the best spouse. They're not going to be the best boyfriend. They're not going to be the best father because they're upset at their freaking team, which is all rigged anyways. And they're all gender benders anyways. They're all on freaking hormones and have access to technology and things that we will never ever have access to.
Other kind of stuff. Unbelievable.
So, and it's the same way for females and their favorite actors. Like even today, like let's say somebody like we all think our beloved dies,
Channing Tatum say,
people are going to be sad. Like people will actually hurt themselves over this, whatever way that is. They'll hurt themselves over this, it's just it's tragic. It's terrible. It's tragic. It's disgusting. It's not right. And, the world controllers just think it's hilarious. They're just laughing all the way to the bank because they're the ones making the money. The girl doesn't like themselves. The guy's spending money on the sports teams. The girl's getting hair extensions. The guys are, putting their sports teams on their car license plate. Like,
yeah. They're running around with a guy named Ronaldo's name on them, like to have men worship some guy, another guy, Ronaldo Messi, and obsess over it more than their own wife or children is disturbing, right? I've seen
most people would never.
The sports, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Most people would never put another person's name on their body. Like we know that, but thank you, Otto. But these people will get celebrities tattooed all over them. Like I know somebody that has like Star Wars, like full sleeves. Like people just get so caught in the sauce instead of realizing that this is entertainment. And what entertainment means? It means to trap your mind. They are literally trapping your mind. The best thing I ever did was to throw my TV away in 2020. And I'll program myself. Okay. I'll find my own content on my own computer or my phone that I want to watch, that I've seeked out for educational purposes. And you're going to find that you're going to find, a lot more people like you. You're going to find some fellowship within those groups, and you're going to find things to keep you entertained and increase your IQ. And IQ isn't being able to play Jeopardy. That's indoctrination. Okay. And IQ is where your personal discernment and your pineal gland and your soul meet each other, and you feel it. You feel it light up in your body. You feel it light up in your body. When you know the truth, when you have the understanding of truth, it hits so much different than watching fake fucking sports. Like it doesn't make you like happy. It doesn't make you sad. Those are nonsense things. So I really hope that more people become aware of the information, and we can just build and be ourselves and forget these celebrities, and hopefully pivot away from them to us. We are the reality show stars. We are the Truman Show. They're watching us trying to be like us. Okay.
Yeah.
I have we'll get into it another day, but these famous people have to steal other people's identities. My stepdad, Bill Gates, who is a female, stole my dad's identity as a child. Again, this is a lot to get into. My identity was stolen. Paris Hilton, like I talked about her before. That's me. That's actually me. That's not him. That is me. They are stealing my identity, my likes, my loves, my favorite things, my colors. My favorite color is pink and holographic. Like they have totally stolen my identity. And then they like parade it in front of you. They're like, haha, look at all the money I have. And you never get to be me. Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. and just be yourself. You are perfect the way you are. I want you guys to go to work tomorrow, and I want you to do the best job that you can. And if you can't and you don't like your job, get another one. Get another one, even if it's less paying. Do something that you like. You don't have to love it. Just do something that you like and do a good job at it, because you're never going to be famous. This is my YouTube. This is just a bunch of bullshit trying on clothes. This is how I was able to just get on. But if you go to my Instagram, the real Pinkarisa 2, that's where I'll have a lot of my workout. Shout out to channel 727. We just found out that they just came on the scene. They are still out there. So if we can get everybody to go over there and say, what's up, what's up. Tell them King Nico and Marisa Pinkarisa sent y'all. So here's going to be my main Instagram. I'm probably not going to be there for long. They are trying to delete my channel. I have a couple. So no, they might not pull it that way. There we go. Yeah, the real Pinkarisa 2. I'm on, this is like my 5th or my 6th channel or Instagram. They like to delete your girl, so I must be a little too close to the truth. Just like yesterday when Nico and I were talking, I all of a sudden got your account is suspended, and it made me put in my email and my phone number, and they already had those things. I was very hesitant, but it's probably time to change my phone number.
Yeah, it happened to me last year. I lost 15,000 followers on Instagram, so they just swiped it down, said it's under review. It's been over a year now. I've lost a Facebook back in 2020 during that nonsense. Because that's all happens when you expose too much truth and you hit close to home. So there's nothing they could do. Like you said, if you were wrong and causing defamation, they just sue you, right? Obviously, everything you're saying is true, so they just ruin you, call their buddies up at Facebook or Google and say, pull this account down, get rid of it. It's exposing me too much, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And it, you know, for us, it takes the wind out of our sails, but you know what? They're never going to take the fight out of me. This, among other things that I do, they're hills I'm willing to die on. So that's why we do this. And thank you guys for all being here. Give a nice comment on the channel. Please give a like, subscribe if you haven't. And Nico does great work. Oh, here, I gotta point this out. Nico does great work himself. So go through his some of his videos, see what you like, see what you're interested in. And you guys are all crusaders. Thank you for joining us and being the resistance.
Yep. So welcome, Marissa. It's been great having you here at Crusaders of the Resistance. So now we've introduced you. It's not just me and myself spitting this crazy Baphomet nonsense. You're going to be here doing it alongside me also. We're going to be working together a lot on this, and hopefully get together with channel 727, you know, hopefully get in touch with some of the people from almost 10 years ago now and see where they're at with this stuff, and maybe able to thank them for pretty much letting the cat out the bag back when, you know, this stuff was just unheard of, right? And now look how far we've come. We're building up the community again. I got a Facebook group called Transpocalypse, exposing secret Baphomet. So you can check that out. Almost got a couple thousand people in there now sharing work and getting up to date with all what's going on. So again, keep in touch, follow and subscribe to Marissa. Message her, let her know what was your favorite part of the presentation, leave a comment, and let us know when you want us to come back. If you want her to do any specific transvestigations on a specific person or celebrity or a royal person, a politician, because it's all of them, right? So
got you.
Right? Wow.
I got you.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's been amazing having you. I'm gonna head out now. It's way past my bedtime here on the East Coast, but it was well worth staying up for Marisa Pinkarisa's presentation and welcoming everyone to the Transpocalypse. So have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you both and everyone all soon.
Much love. Bye, everybody. See you next time.